Well.
World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Hello everyone and folks at home. We have returned, folks at home. Ask Creed Mirage is right around the corner, so we are in the thick of the Ask Creed Mirage coverage. We just put out a video today, and I don't know why Ubisoft made the game, because no one cares about Ask Creed Mirage. They had to get all the shills together to say that the game is incredible in order for, to get people to care about Ask Creed Mirage. Nonetheless, the game is coming out in like 48 hours or some shit like that, October 5th. And we will be checking out Ask Creed Mirage. So prepare for the Ask Creed Mirage coverage, as we will be checking that out, and hopefully in a way that makes sense. Folks, we are live, and we're going to show you why this game might not be all it's cracked up to be in just a few moments here. Wait until people get settled in, usually about 35 minutes or so before we actually get started in a way that makes sense. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. Ask Creed Mirage is right around the corner. Our sights are on that game, and we'll see what Ubisoft has to say, has to deliver in a way that makes sense, hopefully, with Ask Creed Mirage. So hopefully you're excited for that. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you. This is a big month. October's a big month. You have Ask Creed Mirage. You have Spider-Man 2, the Alan Wake 2. There's a bunch of different games coming out. Quite frankly, none of them look all that interesting, but nonetheless, the gamers, the normies love it. So, as such, we'll be there day one for all these releases, because that is what we do. But, to be totally frank, I don't think any of the releases that are releasing in October are all that interesting. Let's get a one in the chat. We got to revitalize the energy in here. There's no energy in here anymore. Everyone decided to throw the towel in. I'm not throwing the towel in, so I don't know what to tell you guys. But nonetheless, we are out here and pushing through in the face of adversity, and we are going to be covering all of the big releases this month. So it's October. It's Halloween's time. The real Michael Myers coming through. Have no idea why this isn't playing out. The real Michael Myers coming through. That's what we're talking about. Halloween 45 is in the book. There it is right there. That's what we're talking about. Michael Myers coming through. Let's get the fireworks here.
The real Michael Myers super chatted $9.99. H45 in the books.
That's what we're talking
and
about.
Oh boy, was it a knockout. Hell of a trip. Thanks for coming, Mackle.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I went because it was a great time. I'll tell you what, and it only happens every 5 years, so it's kind of hard to say no to that. I'll tell you what. So, yeah, great time. Had a blast. John Carpenter showed up. Unbelievable. And no, I didn't meet John Carpenter because he wasn't doing a meet and greet. So I don't know what some of those comments were, but I didn't meet John Carpenter. He wasn't doing a meet and greet. That's why I filmed him doing the autograph, because he was autographing, for another actress in Halloween Kills and Ends. Or whatever she's in. Halloween 18, Halloween Ends, Kills, whatever. He wasn't doing autographs for the fans. So a lot of misinformed comments on some of those Halloween videos. And the reason why I show the masks is because those are the screen-used masks. We don't have any Halloween fans in here, clearly, outside of, you and a few other people. But, ultimately, at the end of the day, it would be cool to have more Halloween fans in here. But it is what it is. So Ask Creed Mirage is right around the corner, and we are going to be covering that here when it releases. In fact, it might release tomorrow. I don't know when this releases, but
It's over!
We'll have to figure it out in a way that makes sense. Jason is our hero coming through. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Jason is our hero coming through. Who the fuck is this?
$4.99.
I thought that was Jason is our
Missed
hero.
you, man. Glad to see you are back from a few days.
Yeah, Juice
Saw
had
the extreme
95.
of Assassin's Creed, and some looked good and a lot looked to Valhalla.
Juicehead 95 coming through with the 5. That is what we're talking about. Ask Creed, and some look good, and a whole lot. All the footage I've seen of this game looks like total shit.
It's over!
But hopefully you disagree, because we want you to consume right here.
Triadic Bus Super Chatted $5. Sorry for blowing your back out and you being constricted to bed these past couple days. I'm coming over, so put the stockings on and shave your legs, boy.
What? You have issues. Tragic Bus coming through nonetheless. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Tragic Bus coming through. And in a way that makes sense. We're out here live. Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. I didn't see Saw X. I didn't see Saw X. But they did say it was good. So it's certified on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think that might be the first Saw that is actually certified on Rotten Tomatoes. Steve Surfin coming through, member for 2 months. That is what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Steve Surfin coming through. We are out here live, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be jumping into the Ask Creed Merge coverage, and this is why we haven't been covering it, because there's low participation in terms of people actually giving a shit about this game. I don't know why Ubisoft even makes these games anymore. Everyone should just stop making video games, because no one cares about video games anymore, especially within this little dome in here. But nonetheless, we will be covering it. And, obviously this month is massive. We have Mario, we have Spider-Man, we have Call of Duty probably. I don't know what's happening to Alan Woke 2. There's a bunch of different releases, but quite frankly, none of them look all that interesting to me. It's more of it's basically just, hey, we made this game 15 years ago. We're doing it again for the new generation. Or it's a sequel. That's all you're getting this month. I don't think it's really that special in terms of releases, but it is a big month nonetheless. There's a lot of releases coming and a lot of big ones that are going to hit a home run for a lot of people, so we'll have to see how the cookie crumbles there. But it is the way the cookie ultimately crumbles, and in a way that makes sense. Jeremy Powers says Saw X is great. Well, I didn't see it. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell ya. All right, we're going to start banning people again here. So if anyone wants to be a mod, let me know, because we're going to have to get mods reinstated here. So if you want to be a mod on the show, step right up, because all of the other mods have disappeared. Don't want to name names, but, they just can't handle it, so. Couldn't tell you on that. Nonetheless, you want to be a mod, we'll see what we can do for you. Can't make any promises. But we are going to have to bring mods back. Well, they said they wanted a show. I have no intention of... there's no point to go live if you guys can't reciprocate the same energy, so... you guys want the product, I'll deliver it right here, okay? But at the same time, it's a two-way street, it's a two-way conversation. There's a big communication problem within this show and this bubble. Certain people have ghosted me. I have no idea why. I've apologized to them. They've ghosted me. I'm a little upset, to be honest, and I'm addressing this publicly. I'm not naming names, but I wish you would reach out, and in a way that makes sense. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter, because... to me, it doesn't make sense how you can communicate with someone for literally 12 months straight, support the show even, and then ghost me for what reason? I've already apologized to you. Okay, well, I guess the apology wasn't accepted. Fair enough. I want closure. Either you're in or you're out. That's what I want. I need closure. Sorry. So we have a communication problem in here. People are, they love to talk through like this middleman, and they don't want to communicate with me, and it's like, dude, I'm willing to talk to you off the air.
It's over.
It's not necessarily something that I want to do, but I got to play customer service in here 24/7. So we got to feel the need. We have to.
M0 super chatted $5. I'm back on the open road. Stream is back. We are back in a way
don't
that
see
makes
you in this,
sense. Whether games
here.
are bad or good, we got to
right
keep on trucking forward.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Well, we could have done IRL, but there's nothing to show. There's nothing new in LA that we haven't seen. Actually, that's not true. There's a Five Nights at Freddy advertisement that I don't know where that's at though. But we were there for Halloween 45, and that was what we covered, Halloween 45, and the video's doing terribly. Everyone else's has like 30,000 views, and it's like, okay, you got the shot of all the Michael Myers. Well, I didn't, because I was busy getting other shots, getting other stuff that people weren't covering.
The real Michael Myers super chatted $9.99. Mod me eel, knife.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. The real Michael Myers coming through so hard, so strong. The real Michael Myers coming through so hard, so strong. That's what we're talking about. Bro, when you left, I went back in, and that's they were still foaming at the mouth over John Carpenter. John Carpenter was at the Nick Castle table, and that's where I got that video of him doing the autograph. And then they kicked everyone out. They told everyone it's closed, leave. Because the Halloween fans are rabid dogs when they see John Carpenter. I mean, so I went back in when you left, and they were still they were hovering over his table the last like 3 minutes of the show or something, and it was crazy. But I'm really surprised John Carpenter showed up, because I bet he hates that franchise. I mean, I'm sure the money's great, but man, he's done so much more. It's just like, to be known for that one role, and then, Halloween 2 he didn't really want to do, and, just threw something together, and it's just like, well, he didn't even direct it. Rick Rosenthal directed it. Rick Rosenthal was there, and hello? Rick Rosenthal was there, yeah. Rick Rosenthal was there. Hello? Alrighty. Sorry, this is awkward. Yeah, streaming for me is awkward these days. I don't know. It's not really.
It's over!
What is there to say? I mean,
Snurf super chatted
Sorry for being honest,
$10. We've missed you, baby.
well, I guess. I mean, that's why I'm back. You guys commented
you.
and said you wanted the
We've
show to
been doing
return. I'm like,
great
well, I
with
can
no
do it.
mods.
It's not going to be great, but
W
I can
in
do
chat
it.
for
You
no
know, it
mods.
doesn't have to be always great. Not everything you make is going to be fantastic, but it is what it is. So I'm back, and that's all that really matters, I suppose. And here we are. So there you go, Gary from the Vault. You got your wish, and for the two other people that requested the show to come back, there you go as well. They're not in here, but. Gary from the Vault coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. But in a moment, we're going to be jumping into this in a way that makes sense.
FEMA 1994 MLD super chatted SAR 39.99.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. 1994 coming through. The game is going to flop. No, I'm going to mod people. I'm going to mod people. There's no dialogue
It's
without
over!
Mods, so people, the chat's dead without mods. We got mods in here. People are talking.
Terry Markwell super chatted $50. I feel ghosted too. Still banned. Justice
Well,
for
I
Terry.
mean, I have no idea what your username is. What is it, Terry85Mar or something? I don't know. I mean, I can look right now. I looked before. I don't see you in the banned list, so I don't know what's going on there. I can look right now again. I mean, maybe I'll find you now. I don't know. I'll look right now. Try to get this settled. So we have 400 people banned, 500 people banned. Let me see. What's your username? Terry. Control F, nothing. You're not banned. Unless you spelled it differently, I'm doing Control F. Nothing's popping up. I'm not going through 500 people, though. So, is it? I'm typing in Terry. There's no matches found. And it works for, it works. So it should be finding your name. You're not banned. So I don't know. I mean, you're not in the ban list. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I'm just showing you that. I mean, I'm telling you that you're not popping up. So unless it's something specific, I'm typing in Terry. There's no Terry that's banned. I hit show all as well. So you know, you're not in the ban list. So I don't know what to tell you. You're not popping up. No matches found. So I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Play Call of Duty today. Is Call of Duty coming out? I don't know when that's coming out. Let's see when Call of Duty's coming out. Well, we have to cover Ask Creed that's coming out tomorrow or the next day. When is Call of Duty coming out? Beta content revealed. No audio. Okay, buddy. When is Call of Duty? What do we see here? Here we go. World premiere of the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer reveal trailer. I don't know. You type it in, and it doesn't pop up. So I don't know what to tell you. You type it in, and it doesn't pop up. I don't know what the hell is wrong then. Nobody sees my comments, and I can't super chat from my other account. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not popping up. I mean, Why ban people? I don't know. Ask you. Why is there a ban button on any social media platform? I'm not here to discuss that. It's not what the show is. We're here to discuss Ask Creed Merge. But since there's no one watching, I mean, we can just, you know, briefly talk about it. Since you guys obviously don't care. I already told you it's under the dome in here. I mean, you can't bring any new people in here. It's a sealed off show, is what it is essentially. I've already made a video talking about it, so if you want the condensed thoughts and you don't want to sit out here and chill, that's fine. You can go watch the video, and it's about a minute long. I've already shared my thoughts on Ask Creed Merge, but we have a little more to say. But we are waiting for a few more people to tag along here. So I'm trying to help you, Terry. I don't see you in the ban list. I'm just being 100%
It's over!
honest. Maybe you are banned, but it isn't showing up for some reason. So I don't know what to tell you there.
Death cited 666 super chatted $50. Mackle here some dough for the week busy in beautiful Las Vegas touching
Las Vegas,
some
ain't
desert
nobody going to no
grass. It
fucking
was
Las
about
Vegas. What
time
you
to
mean,
leave
homie?
the basement, so sad, saddest it's ever been and always will be. People
Yeah.
wrestling, ghost, people wrestling, ghost, people wrestling.
Well, the new
ghost,
reality
people
show is
wrestling,
what we need you
ghost,
guys to
people
do.
Wrestling, ghost,
Is we
people
need
wrestling,
you guys to go
ghost,
onto the train
people
in
wrestling,
Hollywood, in
ghost,
LA,
people wrestling,
and you take
ghost,
the
people wrestling. Ghost, people
you take
wrestling,
the
ghost,
red line. What is it
people
called? The B.
wrestling, ghost,
You take the red
people
line
wrestling,
in Hollywood, and I
ghost,
want you
people
guys
wrestling,
to. I need to see your
ghost,
reaction.
people
That's what I
wrestling.
need from you guys. That's the new reality show. We'll take the farmer, and we'll bring him to the city, and we'll bring him to the subway more specifically. And I'm telling you, holy shit! I mean, even compared to Chicago, it's like, what is LA doing? I mean, it is just filthy. It smells like shit. It's a whole different beast. So there's the new reality show. We'll get 5 participants, and whoever can last the longest on the subway without throwing the towel in, they will be the survivor. It's a new Survivor show. Death cited 666 coming through so hard, so strong, as well as Terry. That is what we're talking about. We do appreciate it in a way that makes sense. She don't love it, so sad. She don't love it, so sad. Alrighty, here's why not to buy Ass Creed Mirage right here. The game's already discounted. It's trash. It's a $50 game, which means that there's not much confidence in this game, okay? Next, it is a mobile game. This is coming to iPhone, I think, next year. So it's literally a mobile game, okay? And last but not least, the animations are trash. You can look at that for yourself. And you compare this to Ass Creed Unity. And Ass Creed Unity is a game that came out nearly, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago? Ass Creed Unity came out 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And it is literally better than this mobile game here that is only $50. Guys, everything you need to know about this game is in the price tag there. Ubisoft doesn't have faith in this game. Ubisoft is saying, hey, our game is trash. That's why we have it discounted to $50 already. Even the premium edition is only $60. This is a mobile game that so happens to be on consoles. And they had every shill this game last 2 weeks, and still no one cares about this game. Guys, the franchise is dead. Ass Creed is dead. It is a franchise that was popular before in the past, but it's gone the way of the dinosaur, unfortunately. It's gone the way of the dinosaur, and this is not going to be a return to form. It might be in terms of fan service for the old school players or some shit like that for the boomers, but nonetheless, you're not going to convert the mass audience to give a shit about Ass Creed in 2023 because of the price tag. Quite frankly, I would have been more excited if the game were $70 like every other game. Because quite frankly, when you say, hey, this is only $50, what they're saying essentially is that the game is trash. And if you disagree, you're a fanboy.
ZTG 159 super chatted $5. I am pretty excited to run through Mirage. Looks like they are taking it back to the older titles.
But I'm going to be covering it because no one else is going to be covering it in a way that makes sense. They're all going to shill it. The reviews come out in like 24 hours or some shit, so expect a lot of shill scores for this slop. But it is a mobile game. It's $50. The game's right. It's a $50 game, bro. It's literally an Xbox Live Arcade. Overglorified DLC mobile game experience with trash-ass animations. I mean, you look at a game like Ass Creed Unity, you literally have 10,000 NPCs on the screen, okay? Where's the technology gone? You know, it's sort of like the moon landing. We went to the moon in 1969, and we can't go back in 2023. Make it make sense. So we had better technology in the past, which, I mean, isn't really true. We have better technology now, but for some strange reason, it just can't work with the better technology. So make it make sense. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got trash-ass animations in a mobile game, mobile experience, rather, and the game's already discounted. There's no faith in this game. They had to hire all the shills to come out and say this game's fantastic. It's going to be a total disaster. Game Pass Day 1 is what it should be on. Unfortunately, it's not. $50 for this slop? Buy Call of Duty instead. I don't know. I mean, bro, it's a $50 game. They have zero confidence in this game. Did you see when the review embargo is? October 4th, rather. October 4th, which is basically when the game comes out, like 8 hours before the game comes out or something. So it's one of those games, okay? It's a mobile game, so to be forgotten about, and hopefully the future of Ass Creed can get back in kind of a true fashion form, because this was apparently Valhalla DLC, and then they converted it to its own separate thing, and I have no faith in this game whatsoever. This is going to be flavor of the week, if that even. Probably flavor of the day. People play it for about 4 hours and they turn it off because it's going to be a snooze fest. But if it can, bring it back in a way that makes sense, and that would be great. I don't want it to fail, but there's nothing to be excited about here.
M0, 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 M super chatted $5. Bro, you couldn't pay me to take public transport in LA.
Ooh.
Ain't no way. $50 on release? Frankly, all AAA deserve the same price downgrade.
Well, price isn't really an issue for me. I mean, because really, quite frankly, I mean, if the game's worth $70, put the $70 price tag on it. But, when Ubisoft comes out and says, hey, our game isn't, we have a bunch of other and that's the thing, too. It's like they didn't focus on Ass Creed Mirage. Earlier this year, they had this big Ass Creed presentation, and they unveiled about, 40 Ass Creed games that are in the future. Okay, where's the focus on Ass Creed Mirage? Put the emphasis on that. They didn't give a shit. This game's trash. It's a 6 out of 10.
$10. I'm here to tell you right now that I pre-ordered
I
this all
guarantee
new
this.
upcoming
IGN is giving
Ubisoft
this a 7 out of
original.
10.
Sometimes smaller is better, she told me so. Hit that like button. It's
Well, yeah.
time to start caring.
I disagree with that. At first I thought that was the case. I said, well, a smaller open world is better. That's not true. Because now, if you have a smaller open world, the expectations go up a bit because it's like, well, it's more refined, it's more this, it's more that. So you're expecting a lot more detail in terms of NPCs and things like that. Just sort of the living, breathing nature of an open world. That's what an open world game is, to sell the believability of this city, this island, this town, this whatever, right? So when you make a smaller map, in my opinion, on the flip side, sure, there's less there. But with that said, that means that some of the details are going to have to be a little bit more honed in as opposed to a massive, gigantic map like Just Cause 2 or Just Cause 3. With those games, it's just like mindless stupidity on a big map that's meaningless. Or Far Cry 6. You're roaming around doing jack shit in those maps outside of eliminate enemies that move on the screen. Fair enough. It's big. It's quantity over quality. So now with certain games like Phantom Liberty and, this game here, it's a smaller release and... well, I'm expecting a little bit more, and I'm not going to get that. Now, one of the things in the advertising is that they say this is a reactive city. I'd love to see that. And look, if it comes to fruition and they actually do react in a way that makes sense, then it could be interesting. But right now, there's tons of gameplay out for this already. They have the Shills come to L.A. and fucking play it. And, say it's the best thing since sliced bread. That was the marketing budget for this. They don't have faith in this game. It's right there in the price tag. The game's already at a discount. It's a $50 game. It is basically over-glorified DLC. Mobile game experience. And the animations are worse than Ass Creed Unity. Now, if it sounds like it floats your boat, then by all means go out and buy it. But I wouldn't be expecting anything big here. They're sending this out to die essentially, because this isn't really the big new Ass Creed experience. It was literally Valhalla DLC, and they transitioned it into its own little separate release. So there's nothing to really get excited about here. That's why my coverage is very thin with this game, because it's coming out in 48 hours. That's all the coverage this needs. Name one good game that released this year. Go. I'll debunk it. Name one good game that released this year. Go. Name one good game. Stop naming normie stuff, too. You guys are normies in here. I want you to name one good game that released this year. Go. Name one good game. This is apparently the best that gaming's ever been. Name one good game. The best that gaming's ever. Let's get a huge shout out to Terry and Deathsided 666 for coming through so hard and so strong. That definitely helps. We do appreciate that. But name one good game in here, and everyone else as well. Name one good game. Resident Evil 4 Remake, that's a mobile game. If the game is coming to iPhone, it is automatically in the mobile game category. Sorry. Okay, if you have your game coming to iPhone, it's in the mobile game category. Armored Core 6, no. No. Name one good game. No. Nope. Nope. You can't name games that aren't out yet, bro. You can't name games that aren't out yet, bro. Well, maybe James Cameron can come through. Is James Cameron going to save the industry? Maybe the Avatar game is the best game, but it's not out, so we don't know. It's going to be better than the Ass Creed Mirage, I'll tell you that. There's more meat on the bone. Now we have 400 people in here. Who shared the link? Who shared the link? Golem. Wrong. Name one good game. No. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. No. Final Fantasy 16. No. Teardown didn't release this year. Mortal Kombat 1. No. Street Fighter 6. No. Party Animals, no. Spider-Man 2 is not out yet. You can't name games that aren't out yet. Name one good game. Deus Ex didn't come out this year. Let's get a ban. Let's not ban that guy, but let's just ignore him. He's a loser. We have to name games that came out. You cannot name games that aren't out yet, buddy. Mods, start timing these people out. How are you going to say it's a good game when it hasn't even released? That's that toxic positivity slop.
It's over!
It's that new wave of that shit.
Stain super chatted €5. Slop after slop after slop. Lazy millennial devs don't know how to make open world games, but no worries. Rockstar will make the damn point with GTA 6. Clinking beer mug.
GTA 6 is going to be revealed October, 24th or 26th, 28th, something like that. That's the big rumor anyway. Well, we need Rockstar to come out hard and strong. This industry is totally dead. Name one. You can't name one good game that came out this year. Literally everyone in here is recommending normie slop. Name one game that brought... Let's rephrase the question here. Name one game that actually brought something new to the table this year. One new mechanic, one new feature, an innovative... Name one game. Name one game that brought something new to the table this year. Let's rephrase the question. Name one game that brought something new to the table this year. That released this year. You can't name games that aren't out yet, because we haven't played them. Name one game that brought something new to the table. Go ahead. Name one game that brought something new to the table. And you're going to have to say what it is, too. Let's get that guy banned. Time him out. Trash. Stop talking about Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy didn't bring anything new to the table. Get him out of here. Name one thing that Hogwarts Legacy brought to the table. You can't name one feature. The fuck out of here. How are you guys shilling that slob? You guys got bad taste. Trash game. Nope. What new can you bring to the table? Oh, I'm outside. Name one other show that's outside talking about video games. Doesn't exist. There you go. Not what you wanted to hear, but it is what you needed to hear. This has literally not been done before. No one goes outside and talks about video games. That's why I've done it. Guys, can we start banning some people in here? Let's get these mods to work here. Let's mod this guy here, too. Only Up is trash. Well, the game doesn't even exist anymore. It's not on the Steam store. They deleted the game. Gaming is not alive and well. You must be a doomer to believe that. You must have no life, rather, to believe that. I'd rather be a doomer than have no life and sit around and play these games all day. Communicating with other human beings in real life is more interesting than playing video games. Sorry. It just is. That's a better video game. Communicating, I mean, even just looking at people in real life and you know, more interesting. I'd rather watch paint dry. I've never seen paint dry. It's over! It's a totally new experience. We might have to do a paint dry stream. What is...
Bald Lesbian super chatted $9.99.
Let's go, Bald Lesbian, step it up.
I saw your mother at the tanning office playing Zelda and she said hi.
Was she high?
The reality of the situation continues to unfold. Baby.
Who has a hot mother in here,
wolf,
and is she single?
Showers.
Yeah, Bald Lesbian coming through.
It's over!
FIFA 1994 coming through, let's get it.
FEMA 1994 MLD super chatted SAR 84.99. The original AC had soul and polish that were never translated well in all subsequent entries. Even though AC2 / Brotherhood were great, due to original staff involvement, Patrice,
Yep.
Raphael and Jade, etc. They all left Ubisoft.
Yeah, Jade Raymond was in charge of the first one, I believe. And then she left to go to Google or so. I don't remember the whole story. But nonetheless, here's why this game's going to be slop. Okay, it's right here. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. Look, buy the game, play consumer all you want. I mean, I'll be covering it. I'll buy it so you don't have to. Look, at the end of the day, this is the reality of the situation. The game's only $50. That's a huge red flag because it doesn't instill much confidence in this game. It is a mobile game experience with janky animations. This is all you need to know. Okay, I don't care what the shills are saying. You can go look at the gameplay footage for yourself. Literally, it looks like a mobile game. And it is a mobile game. This is coming to the iPhone next year. It is a mobile game experience. If you guys want to sit out here and shill this, that's fine with me. How much is Ubisoft paying? I'd love to be in the shill boat. Okay? All Ubisoft has to do is give me that phone call, and I'll be there at the office shilling it day and night. They want me to hold up a sign that says, buy Ask Read Merge? I'll do that for 15 hours a day. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? All they got to do is ask. I'll shill their product. It's not hard. Well, you guys weren't chatting, so I thought, well, let's just reinstate mods to get people talking. You know, you guys didn't want to communicate. It's like, well, I guess we'll have to give you a reason to communicate. Let's just start modding people, and then when they don't want to get, you know, oh, Michael didn't mod me, that means, well, he ain't my buddy no more. Well, you know, when people ghost you, it's like, well, I've already apologized to this said person. He has not reached back out to me, and he's ghosted me. He used to communicate daily in here. I shouted him out because I had faith in him. I thought, well, you know, these two guys right here are holding this down. And, you know, people certainly just can't stick with the show. Doesn't matter when we're streaming, doesn't matter when we're not streaming. It's either you're in here or you're out. You know, but I need the closure, okay? I do need the closure. So it's either we can make it happen, or we it's okay to say you're done with the show, but I need that closure. But maybe I don't deserve the closure. I don't know. But you know, I'm not trying to figure out some mystery of like, well, is this person gone or not? Why is this person having hurt feelings? What do I got to do to try and make it right? What have I said that was, you know, not in agreeing, it's just this constant list of things like, well, now we got to go, this guy over here's crying, let's go see what's happening. I don't know, I apologized to the guy. What more do you need? I guess the apology wasn't accepted. I don't know. You know, I hate to lose him, and it kind of does piss me off a little bit. But when they ghost me and I can't communicate with them, what am I supposed to do?
Mirage, not Mirage.
You know, they like to talk to other people about their feelings. Come to me. Don't talk to other people. That's weird. You know, reach out to world class.
It's over.
Snurf super chatted $10.
Let's get it.
Gaming is alive and well.
I don't care.
Starfield, Sunkenland, Rust updates, Zelda.
Who wants to
Hogwarts.
sit around and play video games
Just
at 40
released
years
today
old?
High on Life DLC.
No one wants to do that.
BG3. So many great games.
You cannot be. You have to be over the age of 25 to understand this show. Period. End of story. If you're not 25 and above, you're not going to understand the show. Okay? I'm just going to lay that out right here. So you guys that are 21, 22, 23, you're not going to get the show. Okay? You're in your early 20s. You think you're old. Believe me, you ain't old. I'm going to tell you this. You have to be over the age of 25 to understand this show. Okay? The brain does not fully develop until you're 25. And when I turned 25, it went literally backwards. The scientists are going to have to study the brain because I've gone backwards. I don't even know how old I am. I'm forgetting my age. I mean, I'm not even trolling. So with that said, you got to be over the age of 25 to understand this show. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there because if you're not in the boomer doomer category, then you ain't going to get it. When you're in your 30s, you're going to reminisce about certain things and say, man, high school wasn't that bad. Because you don't have any friends when you get older. It's just the reality of it. Which is good. But, because they just slow you down anyway. I mean, you don't really need friends in life. You know what I mean? Well, the brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25 years old. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's the science. That's not my opinion. That's literally the science. Type it in. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to believe it. I mean, you know, we went to the moon in 1969, and you guys don't. Some of you guys in here don't believe that. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? Guys, let's get this guy. Who else wants to be a mod? Let's get him in here. We're bringing the mods back. Because without the mods, there was no one chatting. So we're bringing the mods back, and people have something to complain about. Sorry. All right. I'm just going to tell you this. From doing this show for 3+ years, communication is key in here. Okay? We can't talk in metaphors. We have to talk clearly and efficiently. We have to understand each other's issues and problems. It's a parasocial relationship show. That's all it is. That's all it can be at this point in time. So I'm trying to work with you guys. I understand if people don't want to reach out to me, but when I come out and I go out of my way to apologize privately to you and I don't hear back from you, to me, that, I guess, is the closure that I'm looking for. Because, look, you don't have to like the show. No one's saying you have to like the show. If you've made your mind up and you say, hey, I found the exit door and I'm leaving, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that closure. Is it going to be upsetting? Is it going to be frustrating for me? Sure. This is an intimate space. But what I can say is that I'd rather have the closure. You know, I can't win back everyone over. I just can't. So, you know, I need the closure. You know, if you want to throw the towel in and say, I need to step out, and if I come back, I'll come back. You know, the door's always open. But I would like to have that closure instead of being strung along, because it's an intimate show. If we had 2,000 viewers, I couldn't keep track of all these relationships, these parasocial relationships. But since we have like 100 viewers in here, 200, well, today we have 340 or something, which is a little crazy. So we do. If you are new, consider subscribing and participating in a way that makes sense here in this chat. But I will say that I don't know how someone can come in here for literally over a year straight, communicate with me daily, and then all of a sudden drops the communication as if the guy's got something better to do. That's not, there's no way. Unless he had a major change in his life, which, you know, that's none of my business. It is what it is. But I certainly doubt that. The guy used to communicate so much in here, used to support the show, all of a sudden, ghosted. Can't talk to me.
It's over!
I've apologized. It was communication's key in here, guys.
Triadic Bus
For any relationship, you got to
$5.
communicate.
I
You
will
got to
always be
communicate.
your friend, Mike. You're the only
I'm giving you this
streamer
advice
I
right now.
If you
With
don't
relationships,
understand
you
that,
have
Mike,
to
that's
communicate.
okay.
It ain't going to be
You do
easy.
you. Men
You
holding
have to
hands,
communicate with
men
your partner.
holding hands, men holding
You're going to have to
hands,
communicate
men
some of those
holding
things you don't want to
hands,
communicate.
Men holding hands, men holding hands.
That's what we're talking about. Men holding hands coming through. That's what we're talking about. Men holding hands coming through. You got to communicate. I'm willing to work with you in here. Okay, I'm willing to work with you. I understand we're not going to see eye to eye. I'm talking about, you know, the people that maybe are jumping off the ship a little bit. But, you know, I'm not going to run after you and trying to win you back over, buddy. So you're going to have to communicate. You know, if you want to exit the show, that's fine with me. You know, it is what it is. There's plenty of television shows that I stopped watching after season 2 or 3 or 4. You know, it just didn't interest me anymore. So it's totally fair. You know, that's why television shows get canceled. The ratings trash. They take. People move on. They go to a different show. You know, it is what it is. It's no different than this. When you're broadcasting, you know, on a semi-regular basis, people get bored of it because it's a constant thing of like, well, this is probably going to be, you know, the same show every other day or whatever the fuck. Okay, well, sure. You know, no one's saying you have to be here. But if you can't be here, that's great. And the people that are here, they you know, man, the leaves are falling down. All right, so if you're just tuning in, folks, right here, the reality of the situation, it's as clear as day. Don't buy this slot. The game's already discounted. It's $50 right now, brand new, by the way, okay? $50, and even for the premium edition, we've gone over this in a video, the premium edition of this game is $60. So the premium edition is not even $70. Okay, so you're talking about there's no confidence in this game whatsoever. You're talking about literally a mobile game. This is coming to the iPhone earlier next year, I believe. It's coming to the iPhone earlier next year. You have janky animations on top of that. So we are talking about a total disaster here. We're talking about a total disaster right here with Ask Creed Mirage. Games already discounted, mobile game experience, janky animations. Here's what IGN's going to rate this. 7 out of 10. Guys, get ready for the 7 out of 10 from IGN. Ask Creed Mirage from IGN, 7 out of 10, guaranteed. I will be blown away if it gets any higher than that. In fact, it might be lower than that. 7 out of 10 for Ask Creed Mirage on IGN. I'm pretty sure that's what the score is going to be. Obviously, I don't know, but with the way this is looking, and you can see the gameplay for yourself, but the way this is priced, I mean, this is not. There's not much here. I mean, you could just tell. It's a mobile game, guys. It's a mobile Ask Creed game. Look at a game like Ask Creed Unity. You literally have 10,000 NPCs on the screen. You literally have 10,000 NPCs on the screen. What happened? We had literally less technology back then. What happened? Now they're announcing all of these Ask Creed games. They're announcing all of these Ask Creed games. How can you get excited about Ask Creed when they've already announced literally the stupidest strategy ever? They come out, they say, hey, we have all of these Ask Creed games in development. 5 years down the road, here's our roadmap for Assassin's Creed. And they have this one that's coming out, Ask Creed Mirage, this year. They put very little emphasis on that outside of content creators and chills. So obviously this is, I mean, look, if you want Valhalla DLC in disguise, I mean, this will probably float your boat for $50. But I mean, I wouldn't expect really anything here, to be quite frank.
Cents. That convention looked awesome, man. Glad to have you back, Liv.
Yeah. Well, I wish the videos would do a little bit better. I saw another convention video that has 40,000 views already, and it was terribly shot. Okay, they don't have great. I did mine all on the phone, shot and edited on the phone, and it was better than what I've seen from other creators that went to the same convention. They got but they got the good thumbnail. They got the good thumbnail of all the Michael Myers together. Well, that's cool. I didn't see that. So instead, I got a photo of Jason and Michael going at it. And that's exclusive because I asked those two cosplayers to do that stance for me, and they were very accommodating, very great people. So, you know, that was my exclusive shot. But, you know, that's not what sells. You know, you get five Michael Myers together, 10 Michael Myers together, and that's cool. And everyone clicks on the quantity. It's quantity over quality every time. I don't know what to tell you. And I got the screen. These are from the movie. The masks in the video are literally from the movie, and people aren't excited about that. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. Sit in your basement and stare at the wall. If you can't get excited over that, I don't know what to tell you. Those are literally from the movie. They're not fan-made. That's literally from the guy that made the masks. How could you not get excited? Literally in the movie. Literally in the movie, buddy. And we got John Carpenter coming out. We got John Carpenter signing an autograph. That wasn't for a fan. That wasn't a meet and greet, guys. He didn't do a meet and greet. John Carpenter's all about the money. I can't blame him. You know. They typecasted John Carpenter and he had to make all these horror movies. It's like, yeah, do you think he really wanted to do all of that stuff? Probably not. Shit. You know, I wouldn't sign autographs either. I mean, all these leeches do is just, you know, they hound these celebrities at the airport and all this shit.
It's over!
He probably was told not to sign anything. Only for a close...
Sugar Cookies super chatted $4.
Let's go, Sugar Cookies coming through!
Is Taylor Swift attending this stream?
No, she didn't agree. She looked at the view count and said... I told Taylor Swift, I spoke to her representation, and I told Taylor Swift, I said, look... even if you showed up, we'd still have only 200 viewers. You know what I mean? So she said, well, it's probably, best she doesn't come out of the show. So the Swifties, I hate to break the bad news in here, but unfortunately, Taylor Swift is not going to be on the show. Because I told her the reality. I told Taylor Swift, you know, I said straight up, sweetheart, look, you come onto the show, we're not going to get a boost in ratings. I mean, it just isn't possible. So, yeah. It is what it is. Stream the other Ask Creed games. I have Ask Creed Unity. That's name the last. Name the last good Ask Creed game. Go. Name the last Creed. Name the last good Ass Creed game. Name the last good Ass Creed game. Name the last good Ass Creed game. Guys, you need context, okay? You saw one clip and now you guys have a big story about it. No. John Carpenter was not scheduled to be there. He was not advertised whatsoever. So seeing the literally master of horror show up out of nowhere, he was literally flooded with fans. He was not scheduled to be there. It was literally a surprise appearance. That's why, I know you guys don't know that, but there you go. Now you do. Black Flag is trash. Black Flag is... name one thing that Black Flag did that was never done before. You can't just name a game. You can't just name a game. Ask Creative Revelations never played that DLC.
It's over.
Never played it.
The real Michael Myers super chatted $9.99. Tell him about the torture and what we did with the piece, knife.
Yeah. The real Michael Myers got this really cool, I don't even know what it is, like a painting or... He got this really cool piece. And we had all of the Michael Myers' sign it. Oh, I'll tell you what. Who is the Resurrection guy? That guy was badass, bro. I'd love to have him on the show, bro. The guy who played Michael Myers in the Resurrection, that guy was amazing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That guy was like he was ready to get. There was some drama there. He was getting mad at James Jude Court. It was like the Michael Myers were getting, the Eagles were starting to flare up a little bit. That was amazing, bro. The only good Ass Creed game is the first Ass Creed game in Unity. Period. End of story. There's only two good Ass Creed games, and it's those two. Ass Creed 1 and Ass Creed Unity. The reason being is because both games brought something new to the table. The other games didn't. I mean, I guess Black Flag has the ship mechanic, but wasn't Sea of Thieves out before Black Flag? Can't remember. There were pirate games before Black Flag, so I don't see how that's all that exciting. Ass Creed, the first game, very different, very unique. Jade Raymond, so on and so forth. Okay. Ass Creed Unity, what did that bring new to the table? Seamless climbing, right? I think that was new. Or it felt seamless anyway. I don't know. Maybe it was implemented before. But I know Ass Creed Unity was kind of the next level Assassin's Creed game in terms of graphics, and still graphically to this day, really great stuff. And then you also have literally brand new technology, 10,000 NPCs on the screen at once. Name one other Ass Creed game that does that. You can't. You can't. So those are the only two good Ass Creed games. The first one and then Unity, because Ass Creed Unity is essentially Ass Creed 2 in terms of them trying to push the genre forward, refine the climbing, make it more intuitive, and then you have this world that does feel believable and it feels lived in. I'm not playing those old Ass Creed games because they're trash. Okay, you guys have nostalgia boomer for that stuff. That's fine, but I'm going to tell you what. The way the NPCs react and behave, it's terrible. I'm telling you, Ass Creed Odyssey's trash. Ass Creed Odyssey, Ass Creed Origins is trash. Ass Creed Valhalla's trash. The only two good Ass Creed games is Ass Creed 1 and Ass Creed Unity. That's the end of the story. What is going to be the next good Ass Creed game? Not Ass Creed Mirage. It's DLC in disguise. Now, if you want more of that, then by all means, pre-order the game. But if you're looking for that next kind of big moment for Assassin's Creed, you're going to be waiting a little bit longer. Well, maybe never. I don't know. You're going to have to see. You're going to have to see. Ass Creed 3 was trash. I have that on PS3. It's absolute garbage. Name one thing that Ass Creed 3 did something new to the table. Name one thing that Ass Creed did. Now we're talking about Halloween. You want to talk about Halloween or you want to talk about Ass Creed? What do you want to talk about in here? You can't go 12 rounds when we want Halloween discussion. You guys are fake fans. Except the Michael Myers, real Michael Myers. You guys can't go 12 rounds in here. Name one other Halloween fan in here. Doesn't exist. Guys, the ship combat is trash, okay? The ship combat is trash. Here's why Ass Creed Merge is going to be garbage right here. The game is already discounted. It's $50 brand new. That's a big red flag. You don't care? I don't care. You know, it's as simple as that. Mobile game literally coming to the iPhone next year, and it's got trash-ass animations. We have literally gone backwards in terms of, well, it's not even funny. You know, and I'm kind of glad Chromecat didn't make the Starfield video because there's plenty of other videos to make. I mean, this is going to be a terrible disaster. Total disaster. Guys, Ass Creed hasn't been relevant since it's been 3 years since the last mainline Ass Creed game, and that was Valhalla. And that game is, it's just bad. You're roaming around, it's got bloated content. Horrible. Now, this one is a return to form. But it doesn't seem like it's doing all that much new. They're playing it safe, and they're bringing it back to basics. And, I mean, that could be cool for a little experience, and that's all this is. It's only a $50 game. I don't know why anyone's excited for this. It's not going to be a big release. You know, if I were Ubisoft, I would have said, hey, here's, you know, the game's $70. Have some confidence in your project. I guess they just don't care. They have other Ass Creed games to make. So, you know, I mean, look, it'll be fun, but I believe it should be on Game Pass day one. Absolutely, I think Ass Creed Mirage is a perfect Game Pass game. Even the premium edition, $60, not even $70. And you might think, well, that's a great thing, you know, but it's really not. It's really not. Oh, yeah, Alan's in here, too. Odyssey is easily the worst Ass Creed game. They're all trash. You can't name one good Ass Creed game after Unity. They have since downgraded the franchise. You can look at the animations. You can look at the crowd system. You can look at this, that, and the third. They've all downgraded it severely. They've all downgraded it severely. Guys, yeah, Corey Cunningham is a class act. That guy is a class act. He looks just like he does in the movie still. It's been like 2 years since they filmed it, probably. Yeah, Corey Cunningham is a class act. I don't know the actor's name, but the guy's a class act, bro. Very friendly, down to earth. I think he's from Canada. That's probably why. Although I did hear a story. Michael Myers, I talked to that one guy. Remember that guy from Indianapolis? He had a Jerry Lawler moment. I'm not trolling.
Alan Stanley super chatted $5. Fuck Halloween fans, don't make me laugh.
That's what we're. Hey man, you should have came to the convention, man. I think you would have loved it. That would have been sick. Alan Stanley coming through. Hell yeah! By the way, appreciate that. Michael Myers, do you remember that guy from Indianapolis we talked to? Well, I talked to him after the show was over, and he said he went up to the guy who plays Tommy Doyle in Halloween Kills, and he told him to shut his camera off. He was filming him, and he said no cameras, which is ironic because there were literally signs everywhere throughout the convention that said notice of filming. So, you know, and none of the celebrities had signs, and they didn't say you couldn't film. There was no sign saying you couldn't film. These people got egos. Well, not all of them, but, I mean, clearly that guy had an ego. It's like, okay, buddy. And he didn't even advertise that he was in a Halloween film. He didn't have a banner behind him either, like he was ashamed of it. And he's just there for the money. I don't understand. Why take the gig then? Does he just need the money? I mean, clearly, if you're at a convention, you're not, do you think The Rock's ever going to be at a convention? Hell no, it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying they're down bad, but it's like, I think you got to roll the red carpet out for the fans. I mean, they're the ones that are, bro, you're coming up to the table and it's like, okay, well, this is a potential, like, hey, here's $50 or not. Like, yeah, roll the red carpet out. I mean, gee willikers. But apparently that guy from Indianapolis said he went up to the Tommy Doyle dude, and he told him to shut his camera off. So he had a Jerry Lawler moment there. Yeah, but look, if they're going to have a no camera policy, they need to sign at their booth. There was no signs at their booth. I mean, I didn't get yelled at. I'm just saying that's what that guy told me. I didn't film the celebrity. I mean, I filmed John Carpenter. He didn't say no cameras. But, if they don't want people taking pictures, they need signs out front. I remember going to a convention literally years ago, and they had no photo signs all over. So they made it very clear on, like, okay, this is the policy. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. No, everyone was super nice and chill, absolutely. Corey Cunningham, that guy's a class act, bro. Not only that, but it's kind of hot. I mean, you know what I mean? Guys, I didn't have a problem with the guy. I was telling you someone else that had a problem with him. I didn't have a problem with any celebrity at the convention. No one yelled at me or anything like that. They didn't say no interviews because I didn't ask for an interview. What is there to ask? Like, you worked on a movie 30 years ago with these. What is there to say? You're getting big, bro. Are you working out? No, I'm gaining weight because I'm here for your entertainment. I don't have time to work out because I'm a slave to you. You got to sit on the bench for 3 hours out here and then do another 3-hour sitting session. Yeah, I'm getting fatter. What do you want me to tell you? Halloween is overrated. Let's get you timed up, buddy. Because, well, that's not time yet. That's too much attention for you. Because, it's one thing to have an opinion on something, but to deliberately go after someone when they know it's a weak point, yeah, that's different than having just an opinion. Okay, if the guy across the table from me, if I know that guy's into I don't know, and then I said that sucks. That's like going to a restaurant and saying, hey, this sucks. Okay, you're at the restaurant, you're saying it sucks. Yeah, they're going to tell you to get the fuck out. I mean, you ain't fat? Okay. Copy and paste, by the way. Ask Creed Mirage, while now Ask Creed supposed to be. Guys, the reviews are coming out within the next 24 hours or so. We'll be covering it in a way that makes sense. And we will be playing it. And hopefully, maybe we will be surprised. But right now, it's not looking too hot. And this is why. The game's already discounted. Mobile game and janky animation. So I don't know what to tell you. Ryan Curtis coming through with the 5. Did you get the Tom Atkins figure? No, I didn't get anything. Everything was super. I mean, bro, if you wanted to get all the collectibles and shit, you had to have hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Plus the autographs too. Like, holy shit! But there's some people are throwing that stuff up on eBay already, bro, and it's already sold for $300. So, they are making money off of that stuff. Stop grifting. Everyone's a grifter. I don't know what a grift is. What is a grift? So actors are grifters too because they're just playing a role. They're reading lines off a sheet of paper. They're not really that character. It doesn't exist. It's all fake. What's grifting? I don't know what that means. You could say that about any actor or actress. Well, that's a grift. It's fake. It's a put on. What are they doing? They're grifting. Okay. Who cares? It's entertainment. You're not entertained? I think some of you guys need to get out of the basement a little bit. Go to the train in downtown LA. Take the B line. It's a reality check you guys need. Get out of the basement. I challenge you. I'll pay you to get out of the basement. Literally. That's going to be the new show. We'll reinvent this stream.
It's over!
Ryan Curtis super chatted $5. Did you get the Tom Atkins figure?
Yeah, I did.
I heard the lines were insane.
Yeah, Tom Atkins
Glad
is
you got
huge
to go.
line for Tom Atkins.
Sean Clark peacocking the whole time? Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah, the coolest thing to me was the screen used masks from Chris Nelson. I thought that was, because you can tell like that, yeah, they're from the fucking movie. I mean, you can just tell. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, there's some great custom masks out there. They get really close. But when I went past that booth and I saw those masks, you know, there's just a quality there that can't be replicated. I don't know how to explain it. There's a quality there that can't be replicated.
It's over!
So you could definitely tell those were.
I'm a fucking
probably,
devil
I'm
super
assuming
chatted
backups.
$4.99. The scariest monster is the poo poo pee pee man.
What? Well, they said the new Saw movie has an 80-something on Rotten Tomatoes. It's certified good. So I don't know what to tell you. Hello? The inclusive team over at Ubisoft has a surprise for you on October 5th. What does that mean? What? Normies like Saw now. Feast left the show. Don't know who that is. No, I don't watch trash movies like that. I don't watch trash movies like that. Rotten Tomatoes. Any horror movie is disgusting. Great takes and great opinions in here, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm not big into Ask Creed, to be honest, but I will be covering it. I'm being honest with you. At least I'm being honest with you. I could fake it and say I'm a big fan, but I'm not going to do that because there's no point. I'm not really that big on Ask Creed. But I am curious to see how reactive this city is, Baghdad, in Ask Creed Mirage. So we'll have to see if that was actually a thing or not. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised, but right now it's not looking that fantastic. It does look like a mobile game. I can't name one game that's coming out this month that's actually exciting and brings something new to the table. Let me just ask you this: is Ask Creed Mirage? Let's do a poll. Is Ask Creed? Is Mirage bringing anything new to the table? Okay, let's just do a poll. Is Mirage bringing anything new to the table? Start a poll. Is Mirage bringing anything new to the table? The answer is no. If you vote yes, you're a fake fan. And if you vote yes, you're going to have to explain to me what's so brand new about this game. Now, does that make the game bad? Not necessarily, but you also have to understand if you have been playing Ass Creed since its, inception in 2007, then with that said, I don't know how you're going to be pleasantly surprised here when they're taking this back to basics. Okay, they're taking it back to basics, smaller, scaled-down experience, not bloated RPG mechanics in the last few Ass Creed games. Cool, but with that said, in my opinion, you're going to have to bring a little bit more to the table there with a more closed-in experience, smaller map, and more focused, intimate Ass Creed experience. So with that said, the reality of the situation is that from what we've seen and what we know, Ass Creed Mirage is not bringing anything new to the table. You can go back to 4Channel and play Contrarian all day and all night. Look, Ass Creed Mirage is not bringing anything new to the table. No one's going to agree and say yes. Disagree and say yes. The reality is as clear as day. Ass Creed Mirage is not bringing anything new to the table. Okay? Well, let's name the next game that's coming out. You can't name one game in October that's bringing anything new to the table. Well, that might not be true. There might be one, and I think it. Well, that is true. There's name one game that's bringing something new to the table in the month of October. Is Alan Woke 2 bringing anything new to the table? Let's go ahead and do this poll. And if you guys say yes, that's fine. But I don't agree. But if you genuinely believe it's bringing something new to the table, then say yes. Is Alan Woke 2 bringing anything new to the table? Is Alan Woke 2 bringing anything new to the table? Is Alan Woke 2 bringing anything new to the table? How is Alan Woke 2 bringing something new to the table? 40% says yes. Now we're playing Contrarian. Name one feature that's... You guys... What is releasing this month? Not one good game. God, you guys are consumers, man. Literally, there's more interesting movies coming out than there are games. And a lot of the movies are just more of the same. But upcoming releases. What's coming out this month? There's a lot of garbage coming out this month, but not one good game. Quantity over quality yet again. Here we go. The month of October. The first big game that I'm seeing in the month of October is, Ass Creed Mirage. This is on every platform known to mankind outside of the Switch. Okay, the next game after that is going to be, I guess Forza Motorsport. Now, let me ask you this. Is Forza Motorsport bringing anything new to the table? No, it's a fucking racing game, okay? So the first two big games of October, they're not bringing anything new to the table. What game is? Lords of the Fallen. Now, this is going to be a Dark Souls clone, right? That's what it looks like anyway. Is that bringing something new to the table? Well, if it's a Dark Souls clone and there's no new mechanics, then the answer is no. So the first three games are not bringing anything new to the table. And I'm just looking at this release here, and I'm not seeing anything. There's no releases this month. We have Spider-Man 2 coming out October 20th. Is Spider-Man 2 bringing anything new to the table? No. Now, that doesn't mean that these games are bad. But are they bringing anything new to the table? Lit Dan 2K coming through member for 22 months. That's what we're talking about. Lit Dan 2K coming through member for 22 months. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is not bringing anything new to the table. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, is that going to bring anything new to the table? I don't know. Maybe that's the only game that could potentially bring something new to the table, but it is more of a Mario game, and you can go into these like LSD levels or something. I don't know what the gimmick is there, but it might be bringing something new to the table. Name one game, Alan Woke 2, October 27th. Is that bringing something new to the table? Absolutely not. It's a walking simulator, NVIDIA tech demo. Pass. That's it. That's the month of October. Where are the good games at? They were shilling the month of October. Massive release, massive month. Where are the good games at? I just named the biggest releases of this month, and they're all trash. Or let's rephrase that. They're not bringing anything new to the table. Why would I care? As a jaded old boomer gamer, why would I give a shit? Why would I care? I've already played these games. Think about it. The best games are long behind us. We've already played the best this industry has to offer. It's over. I don't know what to tell you. Now, I'm not saying every old game is good. In fact, there's a lot of old games that are trash. And a lot of people have nostalgia for games that came out less than 5 years ago at this point. But with that said, it is what it is. Name one good game that's coming out the remainder of this year. In November, you have, I guess, RoboCop. I don't even know what the hell that is from like that old 1980 movie. Why are they making a game about that just now? I don't fucking know. Nonetheless, that's coming out. Vampire the Masquerade. That's not. Never mind. That's not what I'm thinking it is. Modern Warfare 3 is the big game in November. Is that bringing anything new to the table? I would argue no. Well, I mean, we'll see. They said you have choices they said you have choices now in the campaign, but they've already done that before. So arguably is that you look at a game like Red Dead Redemption 2, that game didn't bring anything new to the table. Okay, you can talk to every NPC. You could literally do that in Bully. That's why I like Silent Hill 2. I like Silent Hill Shattered Memories because it literally is a unique and memorable experience, and it does it so differently that people are mad it's not the same old game. And that's the problem with the Halloween Ends haters, is that, they sit there and they say the movie's trash. Well, yeah, maybe it's not 100%, but with that said, I can at least step outside of that box and say, well, fuck it. Give me something new. And that's what they did. The Corey Cunningham story, that's the story they were trying to tell. It wasn't Michael Myers roaming and slashing throughout Haddonfield. We got that with Halloween 2018. We got that with Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends was the Corey Cunningham story and the saga there, and it all tied together. Culmination, 44 years. At least they tried to bring something new to the table. Did it land for everyone? Absolutely not. But, you have to commend you have to look at that and say, well, they tried. You know what I mean? They tried. And that sometimes that's all that counts. Teardown is coming to PS5 and Series X and S on November 15th. I'll probably buy that to see if it even runs on the PS. Honestly, that's the most exciting release. I want to see how that fucking game handles on console. Because on PC, you got to have a supercomputer, and even then, there's just a certain limit where it just doesn't. It doesn't matter what hardware you have. It always. So yeah, the remainder of this year is there's nothing coming out. Well, we have James. Hold on, James Cameron might save this industry. I'm telling you, folks. December 7th, Avatar: Frontiers of the Pandora. Quite frankly, that might save the industry. He did it last year. He saved cinema. James Cameron did it yet again. He might have to step back into the realm of video games and just save it, because I'm going to tell you what, folks. Maybe Avatar is the only good game releasing this year. And, is that game going to bring something new to the table? I don't know. I don't even know what Avatar is. Never seen Avatar. But I know James Cameron's great. Best in the world at what he does. If you haven't seen Titanic, make sure you go see Titanic. Fantastic movie. And if you're not crying at the end, well, I don't know what to tell you. Ryan Curtis coming through with a 10. There's no more game.
It's
here
over.
We go right here. Yep.
Ryan Curtis super chatted $10. There's no more game development. It's only programming and marketing. Same copy/paste experiences with A-list actors, safe IPs, and a 90s alt-rock remix on the cutscene trailer.
Oh. Yeah, I just don't understand how people can be excited about it, to be quite frank. I just don't get it. I mean, really, what are video games? What you have to break this down. What are video games? It's a substitute. Sometimes it's a substitute. Okay, well, why would I want to buy Forza Motorsport? I can, you could drive a car in real life. Okay, well, why would I want to buy Forza Motorsport? Can I drive a Lamborghini in real life? No, most people can't. Some people can, most people can't. But with that said, that's why they buy Forza Motorsport, to live this fantasy. They can't do it in real life, so they buy the video game. It is a substitute. It is a mental deficiency. That's what video games are. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is. Because video games are not respected like movies are. Motion pictures are respected. You tell people you watch a movie, she'll come with you to go see the movie. You tell her you're going to go play this game for 4 hours straight, she's not going to be probably interested in it. And quite frankly, I would agree with her. Because guess what? Video games are for losers. Sorry, they're for losers. I've outgrown them. I've been done with them for over a decade now. I'm done. I don't care. Now, obviously, GTA 6 is the big exception. But outside of that, I just don't care. It's all the same garbage. I don't want to play Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I will. Because that's what people want to see. There's no interest in this. This industry doesn't do anything that interests me. There's no new ideas ever that come to fruition. There's no unique experiences. You get nothing. You get the same old garbage regurgitated over and over and over again. It's stupid. It's dumb. I don't want to sit there and live my life in a virtual world. I just don't. Why would I want to do that? And if that's the experience that you're going to deliver, then you have to go 110% in with it, okay? Not like this GTA Online thing where it's like, okay, well, you can get an apartment, you can do this, you can do that, but you can't really do it. If Rockstar wants to make the life simulator thing so bad. Well, the modders have already beat them to it with the RP stuff. Over a decade ago, that shit didn't exist, by the way. So the modders came together and they said, hey, we can just build this fantasy life and we'll have these players and people pay money to play that slop. They literally, you have to join the server. They take it very seriously. And there's no way I could play that because it's just a total waste of time. Unless you're making content with it or something, it's a total waste of time. Bro, there are people that literally waste their time doing GTA RP. You're literally living in a virtual world doing nothing. What are you doing? I don't understand. You're building your social status in a virtual world? Who cares? Like, there's some people that take that shit so seriously. And then they say video games aren't addicting? Well, I would disagree. I would disagree. Because if you have children, don't let them play video games unless they're playing like Mario or something and moderate their time with it. That's as far as I would go. Because there's just no point. There's no point to play games. You're not now granted there are exceptions. I'm not saying every game is like this, but for the majority of the slop that releases, you're not learning a new skill. It's not going to better your life. What is the point in doing that? There is no point. Video games are a waste of time, and they can be a time sink longer than movies because movies are only about 3 hours long. Okay, well, the game is a lot longer than that, and movie tickets are still cheaper. So, you're wasting 3 hours as opposed to, however long the game experience is, 20-something hours, 30 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, hundreds of hours. I don't know. What is the point in playing video games? To have fun? Well, the fun's been sucked out of games for a long time. What do you want me to do? The fun has been zapped out of games for literally over a decade now. What do you want me to do? Like, look, if you're going to play a game like Rocksmith, that's not really a game. That's a learning software simulation. It's a learning tool. That's not a game. It's a learning tool. There's game elements to it, but it's a learning tool. That's not really a game. So there are exceptions. But if you're just going to sit around and play Call of Duty for 500 hours, well, in my opinion, I would find a way to figure that out in a way that makes sense. Because if you're going to spend 500 hours with a game, you obviously got to be good with it. So maybe, brag about how good you are or something. I don't know. Well, it's sad that people don't understand. I don't know what to tell you. You got to be over the age of 25 to resonate. If you guys have fun with games, that's cool. I envy that because I used to have fun with games too, but I don't really care anymore. I've stopped caring a long time ago. I'm always honest with you guys, as best as I can be. And I will tell you that I have zero interest in games. I just don't care. But, you know, it's not about what I want. Sometimes it's about what they want. And if they want to see me react to this game, then we'll play it. You know, that's you know, there's a lot of people that don't like what they do for a living. Okay, well, you know, not every teacher is passionate about what they do. I've met those people. They don't give two shits about teaching. They're just there because, you know, that's just their job. You don't have to love your job to do your job well. I mean, that's what you need to understand. So, you know, that's where people mix up passion versus, okay, well, this guy right here, he does his job great, but he doesn't really care. You know? Well, you don't have to have passion. Anyone telling you that is a liar. Or they're naive. There's plenty of people that hate what they do. But that doesn't mean they suck at it. It just means they don't have passion for it. And you don't have to have passion for something to be good at it. That's a fallacy. It's the people that are successful at trying to bring other people to not get up on their level because they don't want anyone else on their level. It's a social manipulation tactic. I mean, it's just the reality of it. Like, if you're good at something, you don't necessarily have to be passionate about it. Sure, it helps, I suppose, but, you know, even if you are once passionate about something, you're going to eventually lose steam because the monotony of doing it over and over and over again is going to get repetitious, and then it's going to become, you know, it's like relationships. When you first fell in love with her, you were on cloud 9. 15 years later, are you still on cloud 9? Well, some people can have that healthy relationship. Some people can still maintain that, but a lot of people can't. And, you know, when you first hit the gym, you were motivated to lose weight. You were motivated to get, you know, pump and iron. And do you still have that same motivation? Some people, again, can maintain that motivation week 1 that they had, week 1. But, you know, 15 weeks later, they might lose steam and motivation and say, I'm not going to the gym anymore. I'm not seeing the progress that I want. And they throw the towel in. Well, just know that if you want to go to the gym, you can't ever not go to the gym. Like, you know, I know that's a hard reality. Like, once you go to the gym, you have to keep going to the gym. You can never literally stop because you're going to lose all of that progress if you eventually throw the towel in. I'm not saying you have to go to the gym every fucking day. But with that said, if you go even once a week, if you stop eventually going once a week, well, you're going to not gain. You're not going to make progress. Your body will eventually, you know, lose the progression. So, you know, it's not a sprint. It's a never-ending marathon. But you have to say, well, I am committed, and this is the journey that I'm on. So, I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things. Rockstar's website is down. That's a bunch of baloney, bro. Rockstar's website is down. I mean, these trolls. RockstarGames.com. Okay, buddy. Oh, they're advertising Red Dead 2 on the Switch and the PS4. That's amazing. Yeah, Rockstar's website is down, by the way. I just checked RockstarGames.com. They're not down, okay? The Rockstar website is not down. I wish it were because I need to get excited about something out here. Okay, Ask Creed ain't going to do it for me. But we'll check it out. I mean, look, if I roam around the open world and Ask Creed Merge and it's a pleasant surprise, you know, I'll come back and I'll say, wow, they really hit that home run. Okay, but we have to play the game to figure that out or not. They are advertising a reactive world. I don't know what that means, a reactive city. You know, that sounds interesting. So, I mean, that's, you know, one of the things that I will be checking out when I play Ask Creed Merge. But a back to basics Ask Creed game that basically is a remake of a soft reboot of the first game. I mean, I guess that's cool for the new generation, but I mean, we need a totally new Ask Creed game. That puts the player, you know, it just brings a fresh new experience to the player. That's what we're looking for. First-person Ask Creed. Why is that not a thing? I mean, I'm assuming they have it in VR, but no one plays VR. And the VR fanboys will disagree. Guys, I've said the VR tech is great. The technology is great, just like the Kinect technology was great. The technology is never the roadblock. The software is. If you don't have great, compelling software, the hardware, the service goes nowhere. It's as simple as that. And it's no different. You know, if you started your own business and you said, hey, you know, I'm going to start making pizzas or something, and if your pizzas are trash, it doesn't matter if you have great customer service.
It's over.
No one's coming to the pizza shop because your pizza tastes like shit. That's just the reality of it.
Chemist Super Chatted $4.99. Hey bro, forgot to ask earlier. Did you or real Michael see any cool 1/6 models? I wanted a Halloween one to add to the collection for a while.
I don't know what a 1/6 model is. Are you talking about a figurine or something? I don't know. Guys, I don't collect toys.
It's over.
I mean, some of these guys have their basement lined up with fucking wrestling figures and shit. It's like, well, you know, you do you, but...
I horseshoed back to enjoying video is because Earl is harsh and brutal. I quit for a long time and got the reality check lol. All hobbies are cope.
So you're saying, let me get this straight, Mo. You're saying that you were in the spot that I'm in, and then you came back to games and you started. So you took a break from gaming, right? And you did IRL stuff, and then, you know, that was a little too much, and you jumped back into games, and you found a new appreciation. I honestly don't think. I don't think that would work for me. I'm totally done with games. The only thing I will stop back in for is GTA 6 with a passion. I want to see what Rockstar is putting together there. That's the only game that I'm genuinely interested in. Every other game is just more of the same slop that's put out every single year or every other year. You know what I mean? And it's been like this for a long time. The only company I really give a shit about is Rockstar Games. And even, you know, their previous releases, I mean, say what you want about Red Dead 2, it's just like, well, you at least stop and look at it. When Rockstar puts out a game, it's like Quentin Tarantino. I'm not going to the movie theater to see all these trash-ass movies, okay? But when Quentin Tarantino puts out a movie, I'm going to the theater, you know, because that is a special experience. It's a unique experience. Now, obviously, there are exceptions. It's not just Quentin Tarantino and Rockstar. But with that said, I'm there for quality. I'm not there for quantity. A lot of people want more and more and more. I'm not interested in quantity, but I am an older gamer. Most of you guys aren't even past the age of 25, if I had to guess. So you can't resonate. When I was 22 years old, I can't remember how I was when I was 22. So with that said, but I'm assuming, you change over time. I mean, some people used to listen to fucking like screamo music. Do they still listen to screamo music? I don't fucking know. We can't say that Rockstar's dead until we see GTA 6. That's a $1 billion game, buddy. If you think they're going to fuck that up, I don't know what to tell you. It's a $1 billion game. It's a $1 billion game.
It's over.
There we go. Contrarian takes. Tarantino is mid. I'm done with take that shit back to 4channel, dude.
The binary super chatted $4.99. Mackle, how much you wanna bet the Mirage NPCs will be worse than Starfield? Clinking beer mugs.
Worse than Starfield? No. I don't believe that. I that's one thing I will say. This is going to be better than that. It'd be pretty hard to get that low. I remember when Slipknot was a thing. Well, that's because you grew up with Slipknot when they, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And now there's a whole new generation that felt the same way about it's a generational thing, guys. When you get older, the brain changes. You start to lose your sight, your hearing. You get fatter, you lose your friends. I mean, it's just the reality of growing up and aging. I don't know what to tell you guys. They didn't teach you this in school, but it's just like, well, the teacher should have gotten real, and they should have said, hey, after you graduate high school or college, I mean, it's pretty much all downhill from there. You lose a bunch of your friends. If you might have some coworkers or acquaintances, but you don't really have you might have a close few friends, but that's about it. Your tastes change. You get tired easier. I don't know what to tell you guys, but it's just like, you got to maintain your physical health. Video games are boring. They're tedious. It's so weird how I say this stuff, there's a lot of other people that have the same thinking as I do. But for some reason in here, no one agrees. No one gets it. I don't understand. There's 300 people in here, and not one single person, outside of maybe a couple of cats, understand what I'm talking about. I don't understand what you can't resonate about this conversation. You think games are great. Cool. Go watch every other shill channel. I don't give a shit about them anymore. Sorry, but it is my duty to bring them to you so that you don't have to play them. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm out. I don't care. The only thing I'm stopping back in for, in a way that makes sense, is GTA 6. Do I care about Spider-Man 2? No, it's more of the same. The reason why the first Spider-Man game was big was because it was the first game in 4 years that wasn't tethered to a movie. It was a unique story, original story from Insomniac. They did Sunset Overdrive and a bunch of other stuff, Ratchet and Clank, blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay, well, that's why Spider-Man 2018 was a very special game. Now you got a bunch of different Spider-Man shit. You got all these mods. It's lost its flair. Sorry, it's lost its flair. Spider-Man 2 is not really that interesting. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I mean, I'll cover it, but it's not going to have that special coverage of last time around because guess what? It's just more of the same. Did Brian bring anything new to the table? Did they watch my review? Well, it's great. It's got better graphics, fast load times. There's some more new different activities within the city. They've expanded the map. Okay, cool. You want me to jump up and down about it? I mean, geez. What's so interesting? Have they changed the web swinging at all? No, they haven't. Oh, they've added a glide suit. Okay, well, instead of actually, improving on the web swinging mechanics, they've added a glide suit. Now you can play it like Just Cause 2, Just Cause 3, rather, and fly around like that. Oh, that's riveting. But, I mean, if you have a PS5 and you need something to play on the PS5, then there you go. Starfield was not a good game. If you like it, that's fantastic, but it wasn't a good game. I can't name 10 games in the last 10 years that were actually worth my time. I'd rather go see a movie. What I won't do, though, is watch television shows. I won't watch television shows. It is a total time sink. Nope. Not doing it. I mean, the last television show I watched was Cobra Kai. And I haven't even watched the new season because I just don't care. It kind of fell off for me. I just don't care anymore. Who's there with the ponytail? He came back in season 3. He's in Karate Kid 3. How the fuck? I don't even know. The guy with the ponytail came back. That's the only reason why I tuned in. I thought, holy shit, they're bringing this guy. He came out of retirement from acting, and they brought him back. The guy with the ponytail. The guy in the ponytail. I'm talking about Cobra Kai. Here's a hot take. And this is what you're going to understand. The only good Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and I've only seen maybe 2 of them, because the rest are all the same. There's no reason to watch them. Obviously, the first one is interesting. Okay, it's just like Ass Creed. The only good Ass Creed game is the first one in Unity. Well, the only good Nightmare on Elm Street movie is the first movie and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Now, the reason why Wes Craven's New Nightmare is the only other good Nightmare on Elm Street movie is because they brought something new to the table. Go watch Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and they actually brought something new to the table. It's very different. It's really fucking cool. And I know we're going to have contrarians in here that just don't get it. That's fine. Okay? But you have to understand that's what I'm looking for. Something unique. Something different. Is it going to be popular with the normies? No. That's why they don't make them. Guys, I got 19% left on battery in here. So another 10, 15 minutes. Actually, I do have the extender. I do believe we do have the extender, so we can extend the show out here. Guys, I already told, exactly, Alan Stanley knows what I'm talking about. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. You got to watch that, bro. Because it's different. It's like Halloween Ends, but not, well, it's not like that. But it is in the sense that it brings something new to the table. Very different movie, very cool shit. Now, is it perfect? No. But with that said, it brought something new to the table. It wasn't just, hey, she goes to sleep, she sees Freddy, whoosh, slashing. Okay, we've seen that over and over and over again. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Well, you guys don't care about Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a franchise that's been dead for over a decade.
That's
a boomer franchise.
$5. One of the issues with the industry is guys with lifelong passion for quality games were pushed out. Dev teams were filled with non-gamers plus
there's a story about, I forgot where this guy worked for. He worked for, he was a developer at one of these studios, and he quit. He quit the games industry, and he went off the grid in the mountains. I'm not even trolling. Like, he had to get away from all of the technology, all of the bullshit. So he just went off the grid, and he lives in like a cabin in the woods. I'm not even trolling. I forgot what studio he worked for, but he was an engineer or a programmer or whatever at one of these game devs for a long time, and he just went off the grid and just lived a normal life, got away from the technology. Because when you're constantly with it, it just you start to realize the technology is getting in the way. It used to be a thing like, okay, let's make things more efficient, help people out, the technology, and then you realize, well, now it's a burden, Now we're overdoing it with the technology, and now the technology is shoehorned in your face. You want to apply for a job, you got to go online. Why do you got to go online? I don't fucking know. It's just how it is these days. You got to go online to apply for a job. What if you don't have a computer? Well, you're fucked. I guess you go to the library. You know what I mean? What if you don't have a library? Guess you can't get a job. I don't know what to tell you guys. Unbelievable. Whatever, I'm done. I'm preaching to a crowd that doesn't get it. Well, when you come back in 10 years, 15 years, when you're 35, you'll understand. So just remember this show. And in 10 and 15 years, you'll be like, damn, that guy, I remember that guy I was not resonating with the conversation, but you're not a boomer, so you don't get it. There's not many boomers in here, and if there are boomers in here, but this MO guy says that he got away from the technology. I don't know about the technology. He got away from gaming, and then he came back, and it was a big comeback for him. I don't think that would happen for me. If I totally said, let's put the controller down and never play them again, that's fine. I mean, I would want to see what GTA 6 is all about, but that's about it. Unless a developer comes along and brings a new experience to the table, I have no desire. It's all of the same shit. We've already played Assassin's Creed in 2007. Why would I want to do it in 2023? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. You're playing the same game over and over and over again. And the music industry does this shit too. They put out these anniversary editions. Like, how many more times are you going to remaster and remix the fucking album? I mean, a remix is different, though, because you're hearing new shit. But a remaster, you're not hearing anything new. That's them tinkering with stupid Sonic shit. That's not remixing the song. Remixing is a little bit more worthwhile because they're going back in with the original multi-tracks and bringing things up and bringing things down, doing that sort of stuff. But remastering an album is doing literally nothing. It just basically these days making it more louder. And with the AI and stuff, cleaning up some of the quality, I guess. I don't. I mean, I'm not an engineer, so I wouldn't know that full process. But why do we need to buy the Beatles records again? Why do we need to buy? I mean, they are literally. Don't even be. They are literally bringing In Utero back out for the 35th anniversary. Okay, so what's new? Why Kurt Cobain would not approve? Why would I want to buy In Utero again? The 35th anniversary edition comes out later this month. So what's new? Kurt Cobain has been dead for 30-something years. What is new? Why would I buy the album again? And here's the thing. They're bringing In Utero back. The guy who's remastering it is not Steve Albini. Steve Albini's already remastered it, and I'm pretty sure he turned it down because otherwise they would have gotten him again. But there's nothing to remaster. You've already remastered it 10 years ago. Now 10 years later, you're going to do it again?
It's over.
What are we doing?
Stain super chatted
I've already heard the album.
Euros.
What new am I going to hear?
I've fallen out of love with games too. Consumers won with RE4 to make garbage.
Oh.
Passion is gone, but GTA 6 will break records in spite of the hypocrisy.
Exactly. Yeah, they hate Rockstar, but as soon as Rockstar pulls out that GTA 6 teaser, they're going to be on their knees begging. Because they're hypocrites. A lot of these people are hypocrites. Okay, but you have to understand, with music especially, unless they're remixing the tracks, you're not getting anything new. You're just not. With movies, it's like, well, they can clean up some of the fucking film. I don't know. You know, upscale the resolution, sharpen it up or some bullshit like that, change the color, timing, whatever the fuck. I mean, you can see it. Whether it's good or you could see the change. But can you really hear the change? We're remastering these albums every 10 years? For what? Okay, but here's the thing. When they remastered it, more importantly, when they remixed In Utero last decade, Steve Albini came back to the table and said, okay, let's remix some of this stuff to bring up some stuff that we didn't hear initially. So they remixed it. They also remastered it, but they remixed the In Utero album, so it did sound a little different. They brought things up that you couldn't otherwise hear in the original mix. So when they remix things,
Bakuza_Gaming
that's what Bakuza Gaming coming through.
The problem with next-gen gaming are the devs that primarily are millennials
I swear to God,
and have no attention span and can't take any constructive criticism because last place is first as taught in school. Ha ha.
Bro, I swear to God, you just can't. You came through twice, or am I tripping? Well, I play the game so you don't have to. I mean, so you can watch me sit around and play these trash-ass games. But you have so many of these QVC people that just put the fake smile on, and you know, they should be actors in Hollywood because that's what they're doing. They're acting. You think everyone's that happy? You know, it's like Instagram. It's like you see the highlight of someone's life, but in reality, they're probably looking down at their phone 24/7 miserable. But they're not going to show you that because that's not what sells. It's the hard reality of it. Okay, but guys, Freddie came back. They had Freddie come back for some TV show. Guys, Freddie's old. Robert Englund is old. He's gained some weight. I mean, I doubt he wants to do it, even if there's big money on the table. The only thing I can see him doing is maybe a stand-in spot. You don't want him to move around. You know, I mean, guys, he's old. I mean, you, Freddie, you got to get over it. You got to get over it. They've already had Jackie Earl Harvey play.
It's over.
And, you know, I mean, look, guys, the actor reads the lines off the script. You can't fucking fight about that.
M0, 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 M super
do you argue with your boss?
My dream is to live in a mountain cabin off-grid. Lol. Ted was right. Tired of being treated
you can't blame the actor.
By every industry out there.
You literally cannot blame Jackie Earl Harvey because he was literally reading the lines off the script. He was doing his job. Okay, well, with what he had to work with, there you go. So maybe it's on the writing department because he was, you know, he was doing what he was told. And you don't have much leeway there. Otherwise, they're going to get you off the set and find someone new. You're irreplaceable, just like you are in every other job. But they'll gaslight you and say that you're not replaceable and we love you so much, and then they'll drop you and, you know, you put 10 years of your life into this company and then they'll tell you to go fuck off. You know, I mean, that's just the reality of it. So you do what you're told and shut your mouth. Okay, well, we can't, you know, you have to understand how movies are made. And, you know, I've never been on a real film set before, but I've made my own movies before, and it's not really that much different, to be honest. It's really not. But it does, you know, I've seen multiple documentaries of you know, being on the set, and I couldn't imagine it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. And it takes hours to reset and set lights up and move cameras around, and I couldn't imagine doing it. I couldn't imagine doing it because you have the sheet of what you have to film on this day, and they have additional photography, sure, but man, oh man, it's a race against time. You got 30 days, 28 days to shoot the film. It's like you got to get all this done within that amount of time. Okay, well, there's going to be compromises. It's like the games industry. Except the games industry, it takes 20 years to make a game now. So I don't know. Do we want to extend the show or no? I have the external battery right here. Do we want to extend the show or no? But we're going to have to unplug this headset because we don't have an extra cord. Do we want to extend the show or no? You should watch the original dev video that created Fallout and how the gaming industry has changed obviously so much. Get little done because no one actually wants to work anymore. Well, you got to find people that care. I don't know. I was there day one for Nightmare on Elm Street in '84. Really? Oh, so you're a boomer. Shit. Well, I wasn't even alive when that came out. Damn. Well, look, if you're a part of the Boomer Club, I'm glad that you're here because a lot of other people are not in the Boomer Club in here, and they cannot resonate with this show, and I can tell they just can't click with what I'm saying. How can this guy not like games? How can this guy not have passion for video games anymore? I don't know. I've moved on. I'll still talk about them, and I'm not saying the passion is totally gone, but show me something that actually is worth my time. I'm done playing the same game over and over and over again with a new coat of paint. And I think you should all be in agreement with that. We got to unplug this. We got to unplug this, folks, unfortunately. Hello? So we're switching over. We're switching over. We're switching over. We're switching over. We're switching over, folks. It's not the Doomer Club. It's not the Doomer Club. Your interests change, okay? It's not the Doomer Club. You're not getting it. It's not Doomer. If you're not over the age of 25, you're not going to resonate. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. It's not the Doomer Club. It's not has nothing to do with dooming. I don't know what dooming means. No one is dooming in here, buddy. Okay? The only person that's dooming is maybe you. Okay? I'm just saying, as a jaded boomer gamer, you have to show me an experience that brings something new to the table. Can you find one game that does that? No, because they don't exist. It's all the same slop over and over and over again. Show me a game that literally does something new. Show me a game that actually says, wow, that was a very unique and interesting and, unorthodox experience. You can't find one game that does that, at least in the AAA space. And, granted, a lot of indie games are trash. Because they don't have the marketing, they don't have the talent, they don't have the team. It's a one-man band, and, there are compromises. The kind of skill set just maybe isn't there. But when you have a lot of talented folks in the same room together, they're just doing what they're told. No one's triggered, buddy, okay? It's not Doomerville in here. You're not understanding. You're not over the age of 25. It's not Doomerville. Everyone's shilling this Topanga 2 in here. What did that bring new to the table? Nothing. I'm not saying it's bad. When I say these games aren't bringing anything new to the table, that doesn't mean that they're total garbage. But with that said, are they bringing something new to the table? The answer's no. Unfortunately, the answer's no. Social media destroyed gaming? I agree. But I also disagree. Because what do you want me to do? You have the hardware's better than ever. You have less limitations on the games that you can make in terms of the I mean, I'm not a game dev, but I understand that obviously the hardware is better now than it ever has been. That's just common sense. So what are we doing? Okay, we had over 10,000, and I'm not saying this is a requirement, and I'm not saying this is the only thing that makes the game good, but you have over 10,000 NPCs in Ask Creed Unity. Why is that not a feature that can get carried over in every game? You have it there, you don't have it anymore, it's trash. Okay, you're literally taking features out, and you're not replacing, there's no substitute. It literally, play Unity, and then play Syndicate. Syndicate is a downgrade from Unity. What did they add? Vehicles. Okay, well, there's a substitute there. But in terms of, no, it's not the same as Unity. And then you go from Syndicate to the next Ask Creed game, whichever that fucking was, and it's a downgrade from Syndicate. And then you go from that game to, you know, eventually Ask Creed Odyssey, and then you go to Origins, and then you go to whatever, and it's all a downgrade. Downgrade, downgrade, downgrade. Now we're back to basics because we can't make anything big anymore. We can't make anything cool anymore. So now we're back to basics. Okay, so what are we having here? We're back to basics. 2007 Ask Creed, reimagined in 2023. We're in Baghdad. Ask Creed Mirage. Boom, boom, boom. 50 bucks. That's what Ubisoft is asking for. What are we getting? Nothing. It's the same game, but worse. Okay, well, you can't, how are you excited about this game? How are you excited about this game? Okay, but you have to understand, is GTA 6 going to bring something new to the table? The answer is yes. Is it going to be the same old GTA? Sure. But with that said, it is going to be bringing something new to the table. I don't know what that's going to be, but it's going to bring something new to the table. It is going to have a feature in there, no matter how big or small, that's never been in a GTA game before. There's going to be redefining moments in GTA 6. You're not understanding. Rockstar is cooking. Let them cook. You're not getting it. You're not understanding. It is a $1 billion game. Okay, I don't know if that's the actual budget, probably not, but nonetheless, this is the biggest game in the entire fucking world.
It's over!
To fuck that up, you are dumb. You don't get it.
Snurf Super Chatted $10.
You just don't get it.
Deserves your time. The sad reality is gaming killed every industry. Esports
No one cares about video games anymore. It's for losers.
Chosen movies just copy games.
Ask your
Same
girlfriend.
old
All of these guys in here are
So
married.
to drink a Pro One.
Ask your girlfriend. What would she rather do? Play a video game or watch Netflix? I know what the answer is. Why are women not attracted to games? It's because games are for losers. Now, granted, that's not the case for every woman, but you have to understand, if you ask your girlfriend right now, your wife, or, you know, your husband, I don't fucking know. Guys, it's not hard to understand. Video games are for losers. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, everyone who plays games is a loser, but just ask your girl, okay? And if she says she'd rather Netflix and chill, then it's time to drop the controller, okay? It's not hard. It's not hard. Okay, but why is she saying that she would rather watch Netflix? Because it's a respected medium. And now we're lagging. The computer's overheated. The computer's overheated. The computer's overheated. Is it working? The computer's overheated.
It's over!
The computer's overheated. The computer's overheated.
Snurf Super Chatted
Gary from the Vault's coming through so hard and so strong. Gary from the Vault. Oh my God, the computer. The computer. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh my. I cannot see the screen. Gary from the Vault coming through. Gary from the Vault coming through. Guys, is this even working? Hello? Well, you could still hear. We're a little bit behind on the video segment, and I don't know if that's going to recover. The computer does not have a fan, and when it gets overheated, it gets overheated. It's overheating. What do you want me to do? It is working, really. Well, we can... Is it on... Let me see if this is on... No. Your wife loves games. now that she knows how to play. I don't believe it. You're a wife, by the way. You know, how are all of these guys married in here? All of these cats have wives, and it's just like, how are you watching my show? I mean, you know what I mean? These guys are successful, they're married, they have everything a man could want. Why are they watching my show? We done bad over here. You know what I mean? I mean, gee williker. You think I would play games if I had... hell no.
It's over.
Ain't nobody playing no video games, bro. You just sit around and do nothing.
Snurf super chatted $10. Mirage is getting
Gary
hands
from the
down
vault!
greatest game ever. I've been playing with
I
Taddy.
bet you
We
have.
come for you.
And Gary from the Vault is coming through so hard here. Ask your wife right now, what would she rather do tonight? It's a Tuesday night. She doesn't want to play games. I mean, no one wants to see that. Guys, if you have a wife, ask her, and I'm going to tell you what, folks, she's going to say Netflix and chill. No one wants to watch their man play a game. Would I want to watch my man play a game? No. Well, you're wrong. You're literally trolling. This is the down bad section. Well, I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
It's over.
Stain super chatted €5. The only recent game that brought something new to the table and was unique for me is Death Stranding,
Yeah.
but consumers would rather shill RE4
Hey,
to
well,
me.
yeah, I mean, no,
FFM.
I will agree. But in my opinion, I will agree. I think, yep. Absolutely. No, I'm not even trolling. I think Death Stranding 100% brought something new to the table. Very unique experience, okay? We're talking, there's nothing like it. But with that said, in my opinion, because it is so unique and different, okay, you're not just roaming around and eliminating enemies that move on the screen. Now, later on in the game, I think it changes up a little bit. I haven't gotten that far. Because it's a game that...
It's over.
You know, it's a game that you have to be in the mood for. Let's just put it that way.
Leopard super chatted 13 Canadian dollars.
That's the last game I think that actually brought something new to the table.
I was watching
And now
a
we're doing it again.
Ubisoft documentary this morning. Lady who designed AC Mirage character
that's a
was
bunch
a
of baloney,
student
bud.
last
That's a
year.
bunch of baloney,
This is
bud.
her first job in this industry.
Oh, that-
So saddest it's been.
Well, you
and
can
always
tell.
will be.
I was watching a Ubisoft documentary this morning. Oh, I thought you said you were in class with her. Lady who designed Ash Creed Merge character was a student last year. A student last year. Oh yeah, well see, they have no experience. They hire these cats. They have no experience. They come right out of college with a piece of paper that says they're qualified. That's not how that works. You literally need experience, dude. If I said, hey, bro, help me out with mowing the lawn. Okay, well, you might know everything about the lawnmower, but do you know how to push the lawnmower? Do you know how to cut the grass with the lawnmower? If you've never done it before, then you don't have the experience. I don't care how book smart you are. If you don't have the experience, you're not hired. It's as simple as that. Okay? If I were making a movie, I'm not hiring cameramen that say they can do it but never done it. You got to have the experience. How many do you know how to work with this camera? Or you might know about the camera, but you've never taken video with the camera. Then you're not hired. We're going to someone that has experience with the camera. I don't care if you have a piece of paper or not. That's not how it works. That doesn't make sense. You need the piece of paper plus experience. The music industry, you think all of those engineers went to sound design school and shit like that, audio? No. They have experience, they build connections. It's all about connections and who you know and who they know. That's all it's about. That's literally all it is. You want to get your foot in the door, you got to know somebody. It's as simple as that. It's literally as simple as that. And if they know someone on top of that, you're in. It's as simple as that. So start kissing ass now.
It's over!
It's really that simple. That's how you do it.
Snurf super chatted $10. Coming through with the contribute so hard
I
and
would
strong.
literally rather watch
Michael,
Brokeback
you watch
Mountain,
and I
right?
play orcs
What are you
massage,
talking
the
about?
crumble slipper wine
I would
homie.
literally rather watch Brokeback Mountain than play Ask Creed Mirage. I mean, it's been a year since I've seen Brokeback Mountain, but it's something you can't forget when you see Brokeback Mountain. I would literally rather watch Brokeback Mountain than play these trash-ass games. You're not understanding. You're not.
It's over.
No. This guy doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Nope. You're not getting it.
I may fucking
So,
get
so
on
you would
super
hire
chatted
someone that has a
$5.
piece of paper that
Why
says
play
they're
a
qualified, but
video
you have to have
game when
little
you can
experience?
give your
No.
boyfriend the old Gork 9000 along
You're not
with the
getting it.
prostate tickler?
You're not getting it. I mean, I'm not saying that's how every industry works, but if let's say your friend is having a wedding and she needs photographers to capture the wedding, are you going to pick someone who understands the camera but has no experience shooting weddings? No, you're not. Unless you don't have anyone else to, you know what I mean? It's not that hard. So if you're putting together a team of photographers, you want people that have experience in doing it, because it doesn't matter if they're book smart about cameras and photography, if they went to fucking film photography class. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, if you don't have experience in doing it at all, then your qualification isn't going too far, because it just doesn't make sense. Why would, you know, I don't get it. You have to do the thing to get hired. Like, you can read a book on how to do something, you can watch a YouTube video on how to do something, you can learn, get the education, but if you don't have the hands-on time with something, you're not going to get hired. No one's hiring someone like that. If they are, they're stupid idiots. And that's why you have not qualified people, because they get right in, they think they know how to do it, they think they have an understanding of it, but then when it comes time to actually do that thing, they're like, wow, this is a little bit different than I imagined, because I have a piece of paper that says I'm qualified. You're not qualified. You have no experience. You're not hired. They're moving on to the next candidate. That's why no one's getting hired. They don't want to put the work in. They don't want to, you know, and I mean, I can't blame you. You know, you want to get started, they want you to work for free. No, you don't work for free if you're good at it. Don't ever work for free unless it's like, you know, some big shot. But even then, it's not going to guarantee you a position. You know, they want you to take these internships. They don't pay you. It's like, well, what the hell are you doing? No one's doing that anymore. I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. 10 years ago it was. Is anyone else getting ads? Yeah, there's a new feature. They roll ads during the streams automatically. Well, hell, there's a new button up here. What's this do? Okay, but name one industry. Name one. So why would you go to film school? That's not how you break in. I mean, I'm not saying but why would you go? Like, there's certain degrees that are just almost useless. The only way I can see film school, for example, is if you make great connections that's the only way I can see that being useful, is if you make great connections while you're there. It's all about that experience. Because, yeah, you know, film school, I don't know what they teach. I doubt it's up to date. It's probably old school film, and, you know, I have a film school book, and it's very obsolete. It's old school fucking literally shooting on film. Well, I mean, you know, the basics, the core, you know, it's all the same, but with the rise of social media, and, you know, you just pull your phone out and you can film, you know, from your phone, and it's going to look fucking pretty good. So, okay, you get a piece of paper, you pass the test, you know, you graduate from film school. Where do you go now? You got to get on a set. How do you get on a set? Well, you're going to have to kiss ass. You're going to have to be the fucking water boy. I don't know. Okay, so where did that piece of paper come in? Why did you go to film school? It was useless. You have a piece of paper that says you know what you're doing. But do you really know what you're doing? You don't need a film school degree to make a film. Whoever's telling you that is a loser. The same with music school. You want to go to music school and learn how to fucking, I don't know what the hell they do at music school, but why is that even a thing? I mean, look, back in the day it made sense. There was no internet. You didn't have free knowledge. Why would you go to college? You got free knowledge on the internet. Now, granted, is it is it always great knowledge? No. But why would you go to school? Well, yeah, these certain jobs might require a degree. Well, don't do that job. Tell them to go fuck off. I don't know. I mean, just do it on your own. It's not hard. You think everyone in every field has a degree in what they do? That's not true, especially in the entertainment business. A lot of these people don't even know how to fucking read sheet music. So why are they going to music school? That's pointless. Music theory or something. Who the fuck? No one needs that. You think Kurt Cobain went to music school? You think Paul McCartney knows how to read sheet music? I mean, maybe he does. I don't know. You think I know Limp Bizkit? Fred Durst doesn't. Now, granted, not everyone wants to be a fucking musician or in a band. But I'm just saying a lot, you want to be a landscaper? Do you have to go to fucking lawn school? No. I don't even think that's a thing. Landscaping? You start the lawnmower up and you just push it. You push the lawnmower. Why are we not lagging now? Kanye went to school. Quentin Tarantino dropped out of high school, or he dropped out of something. I just don't understand. I don't understand. The only thing I can see of going to a film school or music theory or whatever the fuck, I don't even know what a thing is. But sound design, audio design. Why would you go to school for those things? The only thing I can think of is to build connections. And utilize that time wisely to build those connections, because you're surrounded by like-minded people and they might know someone. That's literally the only thing I can see. Because if you're not doing it, you just have to do it. You just have to do it.
It's over.
Tarantino didn't go to film school, then he dropped out of high school. I don't know. He dropped out of. Someone dropped. Steven Spielberg. Then someone dropped out.
Samantha is super chatted 25.
Steve Jobs dropped out. I know that. But.
Constantly hearing about layoffs in the game dev companies. What is going on?
Okay, but you're not understanding. Pinball Sawicki coming through. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, there's a lot of. I don't know what's going on. Well, no one wants to work anymore. You were a film student, it was epic. Well, I'm not saying you're not going to have memories and stuff. I'm just saying. But did you get a job in the industry? Well, people think going to college is an automatic guarantee because they get a piece of paper that says they're qualified. And it's like, sure, that's a step in the right direction, no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, being qualified for something is certified. You're like, hey, okay, this guy has the knowledge, this guy or gal has the knowledge of doing this thing. Well, that's great, but if you don't have any experience, it's not a home run. Okay, if I were making a movie and I needed a camera guy and two people came up and they said, okay, well, I'm going to pick the more qualified person. It's just the way it is. Let's film a movie. A zombie comes out of the grave. Okay, boom, I need a camera guy. I can't be the camera guy because I'm the fucking zombie coming out of the grave. Cool, I need a camera guy. Who do I pick as a camera guy? The guy with a piece of paper that has no experience, or the guy without a piece of paper that has experience on actual sets? The guy with a piece of paper that has actual experience, that's who I'm picking. I'm not picking the guy that has a qualified degree. Now, if they have experience on top of that, that's different. So you have to have both. Now, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys aren't listening. So when you guys get out of college and you think you're going to automatically find a job, well, you're going to have to put some experience in with that piece of paper. So you're talking, good luck. Because you could have used those 4 years, 2 years, whatever the college class is. You could have used those years to actually build experience. I'm not saying don't go to college, but I'm just saying, like, there's other, especially now, you don't need any qualification to do anything, really. I mean, obviously, outside of, like, fucking, I'm talking about entertainment jobs, which is, again, according to the internet, those are all fake jobs. And anything to do with entertainment, directing, script writing, special effect, all of it's fake. It's all fake jobs, according to the internet. It's all fake jobs. So. Radio DJs, fake job. News anchors, fake job. They just read off a teleprompter, put makeup on. Every entertainment job, according to the internet, is fake. But they love to consume the media that gets produced by an actual team of human beings. They love to consume it and bitch about it, but the behind the scenes stuff isn't sexy and it doesn't sell, which is unfortunate because people idolize actors and actresses, and it's just like, well, what about the fucking team that made them? It's just like The Rock. Okay, well, would The Rock have been a movie star if he never was successful in wrestling? We don't know, obviously, but obviously his wrestling stardom got him to where he, became a Hollywood player. Okay, but who brought The Rock to get to that level?
It's over!
The behind-the-scenes talent.
M0 super chatted $5. College coppers are sadder than they've ever been. Degree slop has been oversaturated. Supply and
Well, they
demand
pump it in your
causes
head. When I was in high
bachelors to
school,
then
they said,
become
go to college, go to college, go to
Front-facing
college.
baby chick.
That was drilled in my
Front-facing baby
head.
chick.
If you weren't going to college, you were a
Front-facing baby
loser.
chick.
That was basically what they said without saying it. They were saying, hey, you need to go to college, get your general education, or whatever the fuck they call it, gen eds, and then you can pick your major or minor, whatever the fuck. And I was like, what the fuck's this? I don't need what hell it. You got to go through high school again to get to do anything fun or creative in college. And it's like, well, this is trash. So, but they were basically saying, oh my God, you don't go to college, you're never going to be successful. Okay, well, define success. What is success? Success doesn't really exist. It's fake. Because everyone's definition is different. And you have to ask yourself, what are you happy with? But if you're doing anything in the entertainment field, in my opinion, experience is triumphant over I've never been on a film set, but I can only imagine if your experience outweighs anything, then that's going to be the resume, not the piece of paper that says you can do it, and the professor signed it or whatever the fuck. I've never been in college, but you get the diploma and it's the degree and it says you're qualified. You can hang that up on your room and say, look, I did it, and then you get out of college and then you say, well, what do we do now? I don't know. Now you got to go start doing that thing that you spent so much time studying. Okay, how do you get a job in the film business? How do you you just have to start doing it. It's really that simple. Anything in the entertainment field, you just start doing it. And it's going to take a long, long time. But you just start doing it. You really do. That's all you do. You just start doing it. If it's in the entertainment business, you just start doing it. It doesn't matter. You have more tools accessible. You can go on social media and make a career out of it. You have no excuse. If you can't film something with your phone, then you're not good at it. I don't know what to tell you. If you can't make a movie on your phone, you're not good. You don't need a camera. It's the same thing. If you can't make a good movie, if you can't make a movie on your phone, then you probably don't have the experience. It doesn't matter what gear you have. If you can't do it with low quality stuff, the high quality stuff isn't going to automatically make you better. Sure, the image will be a little bit more pleasing, but it doesn't matter. There's a culmination of things that come together to make it happen. Okay, but how do you get a job in the games industry? You have to start doing it. Start building games. Start creating things. If you go to school for game design, what is that going to get you? Nowhere. You're going to be a QA tester at some fucking studio. I could probably do that right now. I don't know how that works. Shit, I might want to do that. Are there any jobs in Chicago? Because I'll do that. I'll go to Chicago and I'll be a Q&A game dev tester. Just let me know where the jobs are at and I'll apply right now. I don't care. because they're not fun anyway. So it's like, well, I might as well get paid hourly. It's probably trash, like $7 an hour or something, but fuck it. It'll be fun to do for a little bit. Because I can break games pretty easily, because they don't know how to program these games. And then they won't listen to your feedback, so it's pointless. But as long as you're paid, I mean, whatever. Why is no one in here resonating with this conversation? I don't understand. Is it the way we speak? I don't understand. You know I'm right. Guys, I'm not saying going to college is worthless, but you have to understand it's a two-way street. If you have the degree and the diploma or whatever, and you have the experience, then yeah. Okay, like I said, if I'm making a movie and I need a camera guy, who am I hiring? The camera guy A, who has a college degree, no experience or little experience, or a cameraman B, who has no college experience but has tons of experience on set. I'm hiring that person because they have the experience. Okay, well, if we're making a movie about a zombie that comes back to life and we need our first scene in the graveyard, I need a camera guy that knows what he or she is doing, because we only have one day in the graveyard. I don't need someone fiddling around with the equipment that has no idea what's going on. We have a limited time frame on how long we can be in the grave. So, that's what you're not understanding. Who has their own business in here? Gary from the Vault, I think he has like his own trucking company. Do the truckers go to school? Is there a trucking school? I don't. Yeah, there is. You have to learn how to become a truck driver. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to become a truck driver. But I know you have to get a special license and stuff like that. So I guess you go to the truck driving school and okay, well, if you don't have experience, I don't know. But more specifically with the entertainment business, that's how it is. You got to make connections. So I'm just saying. Arthur Morgan coming through. School was made to make humans think life has a big meaning. By teaching you subjects, then try to explain something that has no meaning. Okay, but I'm talking strictly with the entertainment business. It's probably, obviously, other fields do require that shit. Where's the rant coming from? I don't know. We have to continue to talk out here 24/7. That's my job. Run my mouth. If we're not talking, we're sitting out here and doing nothing. So you guys can't resonate with the Assassin's Creed talk. These streams are off topic because that's the crowd that's in here. They don't give a shit about games. And, I mean, what do you want me to say? I have no passion for games anymore. I don't care. I'll play them for your entertainment, but I'm not going to fucking string you along and say I give a shit about these games when I just don't, because I think you can tell. I don't care. Even if they sent me the game for free. Well, that isn't changing much. Now, if they paid me, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, this is my job. I'm here to advertise the product. They paid me for that. Well, okay, that's different. That's a job. But, I'm not going to sit out here and pretend to like something that I don't like. I've already told you the reality, the harsh reality, the truth, and it's not going to click with everyone. People want to hear the bullshit. They'd rather hear the lie. They'd rather hear what they want to hear as opposed to the truth. They don't. If I came out here and said Assassin's Creed Mirage is amazing, I'm anticipating this title. I can't wait to play it. That they would rather hear that. But that's not true, because I don't give a shit. But I will cover it for your entertainment, and I'll do it so you don't have to play it, because it ain't gonna be worth $50. But I mean, look, I already told you. If the game is a pleasant surprise, I'll be sure to know. I'll be sure to let you guys know. So I'm not completely writing it off, but I'm just saying right now I don't think it's worth a buy. Now, granted, I haven't played it, but what do you want me to tell you? No one should have an opinion on a game before they have played it, whether it's negative or positive, because you can't go in saying, okay, this movie's going to be good when you haven't seen it. It's the same thing for movies. You can't say that the new Star Wars is going to be good when you haven't seen the new Star Wars. Say vice versa. You can't say the new Star Wars is going to be trash. You haven't seen it. Okay, it's the same thing with games. But with games, you see more than a trailer. Okay, you see gameplay. You see gameplay. We're not talking politics. We're just talking about 35-year-old plus life. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't click with a lot of people in here. It should, though, because I see it all over the internet. There's channels that just say gaming isn't the same anymore. Type it in, gaming is dead. There's literally tons of channels that talk about this shit, and everyone resonates in the comments. Over here, it's like, I'm a weirdo. I'm the big fucking weirdo, you know? And it's like, no, I'm not the weirdo. I'm the voice of the voiceless. Because a lot of boomers in here don't want to admit it. So I'll say it. What do you want me to tell you? It's not sunshine and rainbows. I mean, we can make it feel like it's sunshine and rainbows if that's what you want. But I'm not going to sit out here and say that every game is amazing when I don't feel that way. There's plenty of other channels you can watch if you want that positivity. It's not negativity over here. It's just, I can't play these games and really give a shit about them when they bring nothing new to the table. There's nothing new. Show me something new. Show me something that's unique. Show me something that thinks outside the box. Show me something that's unorthodox. You can't find many of those games. The reason why Silent Hill Shattered Memories is so good is because it does things so differently. You're not constantly fighting the enemy. You're running away from the enemy. That's never been done before. In every Silent Hill game, you fight the enemy. Every Silent Hill game, from Silent Hill 1 all the way to Silent Hill The Room and Homecoming. And what is the other game? All of the Silent Hill games, guess what you're doing? You take the steel pipe and you fight the monster. Okay, well now they reverse that. And in Silent Hill Shattered Memories, you run from the creatures. You run from the monsters. They put less of an emphasis on combat and more on choice and how you interact with the game. That's great. But the fans of that franchise, just like the Halloween fans, they want the same thing over and over and over and over again. Why? You've already played that game. Why do you want it again? I don't know, call Dr. Phil, because it sounds like a you need help situation. Why would you want to see the same thing over and over again? I don't understand. Is it the familiar aspect of it? A comfort thing? I don't understand. You want to play the same game that came out 10, 15 years ago? That you do you. Do I want to play Assassin's Creed again? No, I don't. I played that in 2007. So what are we bringing new to the table here? Nothing. Okay, why should I care? The biggest game, one of the biggest games of this year is a remake. I think that speaks volumes to the state of the industry. I think that speaks volumes to the state of the industry. And now we're going to play. It's not nostalgia. It's not. Oh, you're talking about that. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but you have to understand, the video game business is just that. It is a business. Not everyone is in it to make art. You guys are naive. But that also doesn't mean that the creator, if I were on a movie set, I would be passionate about making a movie. Now, will that show in the final product? I don't know. But you can't have this like black and white opinion on something and say, oh, the filmmakers, they just threw this shit together. It's trash. Do you know that? Were you on set? You know, how can you say that? The same with game development. There's human beings behind this shit. There's a passionate team. Not every time, but it's not a corporate soulless thing that you think it is. And I think that gets lost, unfortunately. It's not an aging crisis. It's not an aging crisis. You don't know what you're talking about. Get these trolls out of here. We're going to go members only mode. If you can't afford to support the show, then maybe go find a job because you... I don't know what to tell you. I hate to say that, but it's just like, well, I hope you're getting something from this. I mean, I'm hoping that this is helping, but, you know, you are spending hours of your time with me, and I do appreciate that. But, you know, at the same time, You know, you could be learning how to do math. I mean, I could probably be doing that right now. We need to start pulling up the multiplication table and learning that because I don't know how to do that. And I've graduated high school. How do I have a diploma in how do I have my high school diploma and I don't know how to do multiplication? That doesn't make any sense. Why did I get passed? I didn't know how to do it. How do I have my high school diploma? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know 8 times 8 off the top of my head. I can't even count by 8. How do I have my high school diploma? The school system failed. I shouldn't have been allowed to go to the next grade. If you can't do basic math, I should have. Why was I allowed to go forward? That doesn't make any sense. If the student doesn't know how to do it, why are we allowed? What? You think I'm trolling, but that's just the reality of it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even know how to play baseball, and I got laughed at. It was a legitimate thing. I don't know how to play I don't understand baseball. And every time it's like this. There's this weird thing of making fun of someone that doesn't understand something. Why is that still a thing? Some people in here need to mature a little bit and understand that not everyone is as educated as maybe you are. You know, so instead of just saying, well, let's help, instead of degrading someone and saying it should be let's help. That's who, you know, I don't know. The world's fucked up. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's just like, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I mean, if I worked at GameStop and someone came in and didn't know what an Xbox Series S was, I would love to help them and try to get them to understand what it is. I wouldn't put them down and say, wow, you're a stupid idiot. But that's just me. You know, it would be fun for me to educate them on what it is. That would be fun. It would be satisfying. I'm not going to put someone down because they don't understand something. Let's try and see if we can get them to understand or educate them in a way that makes sense. But that's just me. But guys, I'm literally in my 30s. I need people in here that are in their 30s to understand the show. If you're not over the age of 25, you're not getting the show. I don't care what you think or say. It's just not going to click. You have to be over the age of 25. And even then, I don't think it's going to work. You're still in your late 20s. You got your 20s still in you. You got to get in your 30s.
It's over!
If it is an age thing, then you're going to understand. I don't know what to tell you.
Jason is or Air Super Chatted
That's what we're talking about. See what I mean?
You're 100%
And
right,
I
and I
know you're not
understand
just
you.
kissing my
Thank
ass
you,
here.
dude.
I know you're not just saying that for the sake of agreeing, because I don't want that either. No, I know some people in here do get it. They're not going to speak up. I understand. I'm glad people understand. I get it. How is it not a conversation? This is a conversation most people don't want to have. Well, we can't talk about games in here. I mean, we can, but what is there to say? What is there to say about these games, bro? What is there to say about these games? What is there to say about these games? I don't play video games. Well, we can tell. I do, though. I play video games. Not great at them, but you don't have to play. You don't have to be good at something to enjoy it. See, that's another thing too. You know, if someone's trash at the guitar, that doesn't mean that they're not enjoying it. You know, if someone's not good at skateboarding, it doesn't mean that they're not enjoying. I don't know how to explain this, but it's just the maturity level in here is a little low. Okay, and that's why I say if you're in your 30s, 40s, you'll probably understand this a little bit more. As you age, the brain gets, it's just. There are no games we're talking about. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Well, well, it's a mixed bag. Anything you have been enjoying. I don't know what that means. You're talking about video games? No. I don't play games anymore. When we're streaming, I play games. The last game I played was when I was on stream. I don't play video games off the air. I know that's not what I'm supposed to say, but it's just the truth. I don't play video games off the air. I don't care enough to boot the game up. It feels like an isolated experience. It feels lonely. And what do you want me to do? I would rather stream it and share that experience. Now, GTA 6, that's the exception. I would love to play that off the air. Day one, as soon as I can play it. So there are exceptions. But with these games that come out, because the quality just isn't there, there's no reason to boot them up. Guys, the sun is literally going down. We don't have much time, probably 30 minutes left. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is too hard for me. It's a great game, but if the combat were like, if they improved the combat or had a streamlined option for combat, I think it would be pretty good. But, you know. No, I can recognize the greatness. Play Death Stranding, it will... we've already played Death Stranding. I don't like streaming that game because it's just not a good streaming game. I mean, it can be if you know how to do it, but there's a lot of... you have to be in the right mood to play that game, and you know, it's got to pass the vibe check. If it doesn't pass the vibe check, guys, if you have a wife, why are you watching the show? If I had a wife, we probably wouldn't be streaming. I'm just being dead ass. I haven't played Starfield since we last streamed it. I'm never going to play that game again. There's no reason to. I've already played it. I've already seen it. I don't, you know, it's not for me. I moved on. You know? I know some people, you know, were there for the Starfield content. I can't force myself to play that game. That's one game I just cannot. You know, there's certain games where it's like, well, you know, we can try and see the good in it. I'm not going to sit around and play Starfield ever again. The only time I'll jump back in is if maybe when the mods come out for Xbox. And I'm against mods. I'm not big on modding, but man, if there's one game that needs it, it might very well be that. You have a wife. Well, then go talk to her. Why are you watching my show? I don't have FIFA. We were going to play it and buy it, but we were going to buy it and play it, but I didn't get FIFA. And I have no desire to play it at this point. No, we're literally playing Ask Creed Mirage. I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're going to be playing that in 24 hours, 48 hours, whenever it drops. The reviews are coming out shortly. We'll be covering it in a way that makes sense. We'll be covering it in a way that makes sense. Here, hold on. I'm watching the show because I have a wife? There's no way, bro. Oh my God. This guy says he's watching the show because he has a wife. I don't know what that means, but what does that mean? Guys, the reviews for this are not going to be a 9 out of 10. This is getting a 7 out of 10 on IGN. Watch and see. 7 out of 10. Why are you guys... This is not getting a 9 out of 10. How is this going to get a 9 out of 10 when this brings literally nothing new to the table? This brings literally nothing new to the table. Well, you guys are down bad. I mean, these are the same people that would say, why would we go to New York City to see the Statue of Liberty? Why would we go to Niagara Falls when we can all see that on Google Maps for free? That's basement dweller shit. That's what that is. You're going to have no fun, ever. I mean, honestly, if that's the mentality, why do anything then? Why go to a concert when you can listen to it for free on Spotify or whatever the fuck? Why watch a movie when you could just... I mean, why do anything? Jeez. You know what I mean? What happened to Phantom Liberty? I don't know. We played it. What more do you want me to tell you about it? I've already summed up my thoughts in the stream. Start writing a script for a short film. Well, in order to make a film, and you know, this isn't an excuse, but typically you do need more than a few people. Now, you can make a movie all by yourself, but it's obviously going to be, well, there's a lot more hurdles involved. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, you can make a movie by yourself, but it's a little bit easier to do with at least a few people. Not a big team, but you know, a few efficient people that are on the same understanding wavelength as you. You know, so if you're trying to act and write and direct and, you know, all of that, I mean, you know, you got to set the camera up by yourself. You got to get in front of the camera. You got to, you know, say the, you got to act. You know, it's just... So if you had a camera guy, I mean, that helps out. You wouldn't have to be behind the camera. The camera guy's got an understanding of that. Boom, done. Okay, well, you got someone else doing the sound. You got great sound, you know. It just streamlines the process. No, you don't have to have money to make a movie. If you need money to make a movie, you don't know what you're doing. I'm not even trolling. If you can't do it with $100, you can't make a movie. I'm telling you. You know, if you want to be a filmmaker so bad, start with a $100 budget, or if that even. And if you can't do anything with that, then you're not creative enough. I'm not even trolling. You don't. There's plenty of filmmakers that made their zero budget short, and it, you know, they're in Hollywood now. I'm not naming names, but there's plenty of filmmakers that started with nothing, and it's not just some fake story. They literally made a movie with zero budget, with what they had. If you can't work with the limitations like that, then maybe just quit film school now, because you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, if you can't make a movie. Let's not even talk about it, because it's going to get me fired up. Because you guys aren't listening, you're not understanding. I've made little movies before. If you can't do it by yourself, then yeah, you can't do it at all. You don't need money to make a movie. I don't know who's telling you that. Sure, it helps, but you don't need money to make a movie. Okay, let's say you want to make a zombie movie. The zombie comes up out of the grave. You don't have the makeup to do the zombie effect. Okay, then you work around that. You don't show the zombie. Duh! I mean, it's really not that hard. I can make a Batman movie without Batman in the film, if we really had to. It's not hard. The Blair Witch Project doesn't show the witch, because they probably didn't have the budget for the witch, or that was never the actual, you know, part of the actual thing. Okay, look at the Blair Witch. There's nothing in that film. There's nothing in the Blair Witch Project. 1999. You don't see anything. There's literally nothing in the movie. You do not see anything. Yet one of the most successful independent films of all time. You don't see anything in the movie at all, except like a piece of teeth and a tent in the woods. There's nothing in that film. If you can't make a movie, I'm done. You're not listening. You're not understanding. Go to film school, waste $40,000, $50,000.
It's over.
It's useless. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done trying to lecture these losers that don't get it. Whatever, dude.
M0, 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 M Super Shattered $5. Everybody wants to escape. They get a wife and the grim reality sets in. They watch World Class to escape. Cycle of down bad infinitum.
What does that mean? Can we adjust? I don't know what that means, bro.
It's over.
Well, yeah, not every relationship is going to be sunshine and rainbows. I mean,
Another
look at it in
Super
here.
Shattered
Let's do that.
$10. Michael,
I
let's
can't even
make a
communicate with
movie.
these people in
We
here.
get Senator to get stuck in a doorway and us, the stepbrothers, help him out. Stain can film.
You're not understand. You guys are not understanding. I'm done. I'm not talking about it anymore. You don't get it. You guys are not getting it. Not everyone. No one wants to be a filmmaker in here, so it's a pointless conversation. It's the same with music as well. Okay, you can't just sit in your bedroom and make music and expect to go anywhere. That's not a guarantee. You know, I mean, you could spend all day in your bedroom playing cover songs and post them on YouTube, TikTok, wherever. That doesn't mean you're going viral. Okay, well, what do you do next? That didn't go anywhere. What do you do next? Well, you start playing bars. You build connections. You make, you know, eventually you're going to make it happen. And I'm not talking on a big time scale. Okay, you know how many people are in Nashville right now playing their heart out? A lot of people. They went to Nashville, they picked up the guitar, they wanted to be the next Johnny Cash. It's not going to work out, most likely. I mean, that's just, you know, those are just the facts. I hate to say it like that, but it's just the facts. You know, I mean, this is like space. I mean, you know, I mean, the chances of making it in any field, I mean, what do you have to define what success is? Do you want to be the next Taylor Swift? Do you want to be, you know, just someone who can make a living off of playing music? You know, that's what you have to define. You know, there's plenty of bands that wanted to be the next Nirvana. They didn't become the next Nirvana. Look at the Melvins. They're not super popular, but they made a living off of it. So, you know, are they successful? I'm assuming in their own mind they think that they are. And, you know, they are. If they think they are, then that's what's most important. But the Melvins were never as popular as Pearl Jam. The Melvins were never as popular as Nirvana. The Melvins were never as popular as Soundgarden. They had a peak in popularity during all of that. But, you know, they're playing small clubs now. They still continue to make music. You know, you have to define what works. So, you know, you're going to have to, you know, scale down the expectations a tad bit and say, well, this is the reality of it. I mean, it's just like this show. It's like, yeah, we're never going to get 1,000 people in here. It's just the way it is. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, well, just scale back the expectations a bit and just say, this is what it is. Embrace it. I don't know. I'm not saying give up, but you know, you have to, you know, I'm not, it's a tough thing. It's a balance. Because you can't throw the towel in, but at the same time, you know, you are going to have to work with what you have here. So, you know, if you're trying to make a film, you don't need a budget. If you can't make you have to, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. I can make a movie right now. Let's go. You want to make a movie? Let's go. I'm down. I can shoot it. I can edit it. Easy. But all we need is a premise. We don't need a story. We don't get the story out of the way. We don't need a story. Okay? You want to make a movie? Come on over. Let's just start making movies. Fuck this shit. I'm done with the streaming. I'm done with the YouTube crap. Let's make films. Put them in the theater. Independent theaters. Let's go. Who wants to be a part of it? Zero budget. Boom. Easy. I want to make a zombie movie. Let's go. The zombie comes up out of the grave. What's next? Take the story out. We need execution. Take the story. We don't need some long, convoluted script, okay? It's all about, let's hit these bullet points. This is the zombie movie. Okay, so what's different about our zombie movie? I don't know. I'm not creative in that department. But visually, I can make it look good with the limitations we have, or at least attempt. So I can direct, and we can get that camera rolling, and you know, if I have to play the zombie, that's fine. But if we don't have a makeup artist, we can still make the zombie movie without the makeup artist. It's not hard. We'll go to the graveyard. If we can't find a graveyard, we'll just we won't do it at the graveyard. I mean, it's not that we don't need the zombie coming out of the graveyard. You know, you have to work with the limitations. But you guys don't want to make a movie, so whatever. Sit out here and do nothing. What does the zombie do? Okay, you guys want to finish the story? Let's get creative. The zombie comes up out of the grave. What happens next? We're telling an original zombie tale here. So how do you make that interesting and unique? Well, you kind of can't. Because, well, actually, no, I disagree. In fact, I just came up with a brilliant idea. The zombie comes up out of the grave. He sees the reality of the situation, and he goes back in the grave, and that's the fucking movie. Now that's a great fucking movie. Let's film that. That wouldn't be, we could film that in 3 hours. There you go. Who wants to play the zombie? That's the movie right there. The zombie comes up out of the grave. He smells the reality of it. And it says he's better off dead. Goes back in the grave. Buries himself. There you go. Boom, done. Name one zombie movie that's like that. You won't find one zombie. I just created an original idea. Now someone's going to take the idea and make that movie, and it's going to become a viral hit. That's why you don't share ideas. Because it's never been done before. You love it. It's never been done before. Name one movie. Name one zombie movie that's done that. I just thought of it on the top of my head. Short, sweet, effective, boom. It's not Doom or Zombie. Okay, listen here, buddy. Tell your mother I said hi. She's hot. You'll play the zombie. Okay, well, let's do it. It's a zero budget film though, so you're volunteering your time. We're doing it on zero budget. We got no makeup for the zombie. We got nothing. Literally zero budget. We got the camera and that's it. Camera and tripod. And a microphone. There we go. That's all we need. I mean, really, what more do you need? We don't have extra lights. It takes too long to set stuff up like that. It's never been done before.
It's over!
If it's been done before, prove me wrong. Jerry from the Vault coming through.
Nerf super chatted $10. I wanna make some movies.
Let's
The
do it.
new Dream Team Michael and chat. Let's call it Duncan's Forced Kiss.
Well, you got a location. Hey, we should make a movie about your truck. The truck comes to life. Oh, that's already been done before. We can make it. You got a truck? You got a spare truck? Shit, we got Gary from the Vault. He can be the producer. Damn. Bro, Gary from the Vault, he can rev that truck up. Like, we could do something where, like, the truck, you know, I don't know. I mean, you know, the 18-wheeler, that's just, there's a million ideas right there with the 18-wheeler. Like, this guy goes insane and he locks himself in the back of the tractor trailer and, you know, he just goes insane and, you know what I mean? He just isolates himself in the back of the empty tractor trailer. And he then, like, becomes a zombie or something. Oh, shit. Or no, he comes out after so many years and time has gone, we've gone back in time somehow. It's like a time traveler movie. There we go. So we'll use Gary from the Vault's tractor trailer, and you know this guy says he's done. He lost his job, hates his life. He goes in the tractor trailer just to he goes in the tractor trailer just to have a moment of clarity. Maybe it's a little weird, but I guess we can get it to resonate with the audience. And then he accidentally locks himself in there. And then later on, it goes 35 years in the 45, 55 years, 60 years in the past. He gets a knock on the tractor trailer, and he realizes he's back in like 1940 or something. That sounds so fucking dumb. But I mean, you know, has it been done before? See, I got great ideas, bro. You know, I'm just giving out these free ideas. Someone's going to take this idea and it's just going to be viral and be like, damn. Does Gary from the Vault have a truck? Look at you guys. Why are we losing viewers? I'm done with this shit. Make a movie about Jerry Lawler. Guys, if you want me to go to Jerry Lawler's barbecue, I will. I don't have a problem with Jerry Lawler. It was a miscommunication. Jeez, I don't hate Jerry Lawler. You know, Jerry Lawler, he has to follow the rules. Now, did I believe him at the time? Well, you know, Jerry Lawler doesn't want to lose his job. I can't, you know. How is it not a great idea? Okay, let's get this guy out of here. This guy's a detractor. Let's get these guys out of here. This guy's a detractor. Okay, but that's like you're no one in here is resonating with the show. That's like literally an episode of the Twilight Zone. In fact, I'm sure that idea has been done before, just not with the truck. Just not with the truck. He's an old truck driver. Let's give it some context. That's why he goes in the truck. He's an old truck driver. He gets fired or something. He owns his truck. I don't know if truck drivers own their truck. I don't know how that fucking shit works. I'm not a fucking truck driver. Nonetheless, for some reason he has his own truck and he has his own tractor trailer and he got fired. He's done with it, or he's I don't fucking know. He goes in. He gets. He warps back in time somehow. We don't have to explain that. We also don't have to explain how he survives. It's not a hard. We don't need to convolute the story. We don't need to tell the audience exactly, every step of the way. That's independent. That's amateur filmmaking hour. Okay, there's something to the subtlety of it. You're not understanding. Look at Halloween 1978. The reason why it resonated so well is because of the simplicity of it. Due to the fact that they had not a great budget, they had to work around the limitations. And the simpler the better. Now you give Michael Myers a backstory, well, it's like, maybe this is needed because we already have the one without the backstory. Let's give Michael Myers a backstory and see how this plays out. A strong female role. Yeah, I think that would help. Yeah, no one wants to see a guy on the screen unless it's Brad Pitt. Now we're lagging again. Why are we lagging? Yeah, a strong female lead would be ideal. Now, again, because no one wants to watch a man unless he's hot. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Now, if we got Brad Pitt or something, Johnny Depp, I mean, shit. Stream Assassin's Creed Rogue. But we're going to have to be wrapping this up shortly because the sun's going down. We've been live for 4 hours. Oh, 3 hours only. Yeah. No. Listen here. You don't show that, though, because there's something to the subtlety of it. You don't need to explain it to the audience. Look at the best Twilight Zone episodes. They don't explain every step of the story. That's amateur filmmaking. You don't need to show the blood and guts. You don't need to show all of that stuff. I mean, it's just...
It's over!
Less is more. Oh, here we go. These ideas are
Nervous
done?
Super Chatted $10.
Shut up, you stupid idiot!
I'd actually be down to make a movie, but these ideas are done.
You don't have a
I
truck?
can provide the corner
You're a
pocket
loser.
Premiere Pro, probably even some topless college girls. Michael, the new Ron Jeremy.
What? He doesn't have a truck? Okay, buddy. Well, I was getting hyped up there for a moment. I thought, damn, we're gonna make the big horror movie here. He don't even have a truck. Well, next idea. Well, these guys are trying to add more to the story. You're not understanding there's a thing of subtlety. Okay, less is more. You don't need to add all of these beats to the story. Now, let's give it some reason, but not... No, we don't need a script. We don't need a script. Bullet points. It's all about the execution. We're not... Guys, I've made movies before, not seriously, but, if people came together and everyone has ideas and it's just like, less is more. You start getting into the idea category and nothing ever comes to fruition because everyone's got these big ideas. It's like, oh, this is what's in the script. This is what's in the story. Let's do this. Well, how the fuck are we going to do that? If we don't have a budget, how are we going to do that? You can't. So you have to work around that. There's a movie already called The Ambulance, very similar to what you're making. Oh, here we go. Real Michael Myers coming through. I don't know why this doesn't play out. Make a movie about ambulance drivers who, instead of helping people at car crash 9/11. Oh, that sounds crazy. What the hell? Yeah, you don't want. Okay, but you look at the Blair Witch Project. Did it have a full script? I mean, maybe it did. I don't know, but it certainly didn't appear that way, and I think that's what's most important. Obviously, they had an idea of what the movie was going to be like, but look at the Blair Witch Project. That's the go-to standard for me. They don't have anything in that film. Nothing. There's nothing in that film outside of what they had, or maybe that's how it appeared. Maybe it was a little bit more. I think there was a little bit more production than a lot of people like to believe. But with that said,
over.
They utilized what they had. There's no witch in the movie. Yet
The
it
real
works
Michael
every time.
Myers super shattered $9.99. Make a movie about ambulance drivers who, instead of helping people at car crash 911 calls, they finish them off instead.
Oh my God. Exactly. It's all improvised. I'm sure they had bullet points on what they wanted to do. Okay, but the reason why the Blair Witch works, the 1999 film, whatever it's called, I think it's called the Blair Witch Project. I get them mixed up. Because there's a Blair Witch movie that came out in 2017 or whatever the fuck, and it's absolute garbage. Okay, I went to the theater to see that, and it's fucking trash. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just loud jump scare, video glitch effects. You didn't understand it. But I guess that's okay because we don't need the same, it's just like, there's nothing, watch the Blair Witch Project tonight, there's nothing going on in that film. You hear things in the woods, but you don't see that. Okay, that's very easy to do. The filmmakers banged rocks together to make those sound effects. You know what I mean? The acting is what sells it, Heather, she's, that scene in the tent where she's crying, like, that shit's so fucking believable. People at the theater, the internet wasn't as big then. It was around, obviously, but it wasn't as big. And people thought that shit was legit. Literally, they thought literally what they were seeing was actually real. And that's why it was so successful. The marketing was unbelievable for that film because it just worked. I mean, now it wouldn't work because you would obviously know whether or not it was real because of the internet. And so if the Blair Witch Project came out today, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's still a way to do it, but you would have to really think outside the box. And I mean, really, you would really have to think outside the box. But to play it off as being like this real thing, like these missing, these three people went in the woods and now they're missing. I mean, I don't think you could have that same effect because the internet was obviously around and it was, it was just getting into the booming era. I'm not saying making a movie is easy. It's certainly not. That's not what I'm implying. So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying making a movie is easy. Just because I have passion for doing it doesn't mean it's easy. That's not what I'm trying to say here. It's actually very hard. You don't know what you're talking about. You know how long it took me to edit that Michael Myers video? I re-edited that video 4 or 5 times. I went through it over and over again to see if the cuts were right. But eventually you have to say this is the stopping point. I don't just throw things together like that. A lot was cut out because we don't need shots that are lingering for too long. We'll lose attention. So it was shot and edited on the phone. But I went back through it multiple times and played it back and said, are we lingering too much on this mask? Let's go to the next shot. What do we have? It wasn't just something that was thrown together, but that's what it appears because, that's how people perceive things if they've never done it before. They just don't get it. Make a movie for yourself. Everyone wants to talk this big game about how all of this shit's so easy and this, that, and the third, streaming's easy, all this stuff, and it's like, well, then go do it. It's the same talk about like the college degree thing. It's like, well, you have a piece of paper that says you're qualified, but do you have experience doing it? If you don't, then how can you talk? I just don't get it. They want to say it's easy from the outside. You're an end user. You're a consumer. Get the camera out and make something as beautiful as fucking Stanley Kubrick's the space movie. What is it called? I've never seen it. Space Odyssey. Okay, go do it. It's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy. That's not what I'm implying, buddy, because it's not easy. I've done it. It's not easy. And it doesn't matter your expertise level. There's always hurdles. Okay, what if we do find a makeup guy that knows how to do the zombie? Okay, well, what if he doesn't show up that day or he's late? Well, what if Gary from The Volt says, hey, you only have this truck for 1 hour? we need to film all of the scenes in the truck for 1 hour. See, this is the real life stipulation shit that comes up when you're trying to get creative and make this thing a possible thing. Okay? Someone's late or they didn't show up that day and we needed that person to be there. Gary from the Vault, again, well, this is just, we're talking here, but Gary from the Vault says, hey, I do have a truck. You can make your little movie in the truck. Cool. Boom. We have an abandoned trailer or something. I don't fucking know. Look, at the end of the day, if someone we needed wasn't there, now we're going to have to either film it the next day when they're available, or you work with what you got. So, no, it's not easy. That's not what I'm implying, buddy. Sorry that you didn't understand that. It's in fact the opposite of easy. You don't just turn the camera on and hit record. Well, with this TikTok generation, you certainly do. I mean, these TikTokers have it made. I mean, they film 15-second clips. And granted, I'm sure a lot of them are actually, again, it's the end user thing. You look at the, they just hit record on their phone, and it's like, well, maybe they didn't. Maybe they actually did edit this, and you just can't tell. And it took them out because editing takes a long time. Editing takes a long time. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Hey, listen here, buddy. You don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen Space Odyssey, but I can recognize what it is for most people. I mean, I've seen scenes of it. I haven't seen the full. I wouldn't understand it anyway. It's one of those weird movies, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's an obscure movie. You're not getting it. No, you're not getting it. Don't talk to me about making movies, okay? I've never been on a real film set. I'm not pretending to be this qualified filmmaker. I've never been on a real film set. I've been close to real film sets, but I mean, it's really not that much different. Everyone's assigned a role, and they work as a cohesive unit to get it done. I don't know how hard that is to understand. It's not some magical experience when you're on a film set when you're not on a film set. Making movies with someone is pretty much like being on a film set. Just put a deadline and say, okay, we're going to shoot a scene in the kitchen. We have 30 minutes to shoot the scene in the kitchen. Okay, now we have to, it's not hard. You guys aren't getting it. You don't care. Well, I don't know what to tell you. They don't get it. I can't explain it in here if you don't understand it. Not everyone's interested in what I'm interested in, clearly. I don't know what to tell people. I didn't say I was a Stanley Kubrick fan. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You want me to lie and say I watched the movie? Oh, fuck. Man, you guys are down bad, bro. Michael does talking out the ass. You're literally a fake member, dude. Why don't you thank Gary from the Vault for giving you his for supplying that membership? Because you obviously couldn't afford to spend $5. Don't just sit around and act. Don't criticize the show when you're a fake member, buddy. I mean, I'm pretty sure you are. Maybe you're not. But I know Gary from the Vault and some other guy gifted like 20 memberships in the last week or so. So there's a lot of fake members in here talking smack. Because they do it on purpose. They're like, oh, Michael, he gonna get mad if I donate the memberships. And it's like, well, I mean, I appreciate the support, but you have to understand there's a trolling situation in here constantly. And it's like, well, do you want trolls in the membership community? I thought that was the wholesome community. And now you've infested it with a bunch of fucking trolls that think they have a say.
It's over!
Okay, well then why don't you write a creative story? I'm done. You guys are putting creative people down. I'm done.
The real Michael Myers super chat at $9.99.
Ryan Curtis is in the business, okay?
Imagine
He
how
obviously
hard it is
knows more
writing
than I
the
do. I'm
script
not
for the
pretending to be
Saw
an expert. I'm just
franchise.
speaking off of the experience that I've had making zero-budget films, okay? Which, they've never amounted to anything. But how is it different from being on a real film set? It's not. It's just a more professional environment with more qualified people. Yeah, Ryan Curtis says, having worked on both small and large film sets, week 2, everyone. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You start hating on, well, not hating, but you start, let's just get this done. I remember working, on a no budget film, and I'm not trying to talk as if I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just speaking from experience. But, you know, we all got together and made this little movie that no one would ever watch. And we shot that thing for like 2 or 3 weeks. And eventually it came to a point where this guy is running his mouth about, okay, look, this guy over here wrote the story. This guy wants to infuse his ideas constantly. It's like, just shut up and do what it says on the piece of paper. Because this guy over here printed the script out, and the actor's coming over and saying, hey, what if we do this? What if we do that? Oh, like, I understand there's a time and place for collaboration, but when you're literally like, this is what we're doing, we're doing this scene here, and this guy's got better idea. No. Just pipe it down. You know, I mean, bro. There's a time and place for collaboration, but when you're impacting the production time, it's literally because certain people have certain schedules, and if we have this guy coming out and he has something that we need, we're going to get his scenes done first. It's no different than real life on a real film set, because the stipulations are always there. You don't have unlimited time. If we need to shoot when the sun's coming down right now, we have to get the shot within the next 10 minutes. So there's always deadlines. You know, if the movie starts with the sunset, there's a very limited time frame there. Okay, so if something doesn't work, the camera starts acting up, or the actors are not getting their lines down right, it's a total disaster. Then you're going to have to move it to the next day. Michael, I am having a steak dinner and water out of a gallon jug for dinner. What is on the menu for dinner tonight? What? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying film school is totally worthless, but I'm saying experience, in my opinion, and maybe Ryan Curtis can attest to this, or say something with a little bit more value than what I'm saying, because obviously, you know, I'm not fucking Quentin Tarantino out here. That's not what I'm saying. You're a troll. You need to get the fuck up out. Okay? What I'm saying is you don't care. You just want to argue. I'm done with it. You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. You know, you're the same person that bitches about my gameplay. Yet you don't have gameplay for yourself. So you want to bitch about, oh, I know how to make a movie better than you. Do you? Do you have experience? Do you know how to operate a camera? You know what a white balance is? You know what shutter angle, ISO, aperture? No, you don't. You don't know anything about stuff like that. Don't sit around and act like you do, buddy, okay? I'm done with these losers. I mean, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. Oh, they can make a better... Do it. We'll do the challenge. Make a better movie than me. Winner gets fucking $1,000. Let's do it. Yeah, that's right. You can't. You can't make a better movie. And the community will vote. You want to talk a big game. You got no experience behind the camera, buddy. You couldn't even hit record. You'd have to put it on auto. And the real film cameras, cinema cameras, don't.
It's over!
But I've used professional stuff before, and it has manual focus.
A binary super chat at $4.99.
You know what?
Michael, I am having steak and asparagus with water out of a
You
gallon jug
have
for
to
dinner. What's
listen
on
here.
your menu
Here's
for
what I
dinner
need you to
tonight,
understand.
son?
Here's what I need you to understand. When you're watching the NFL, when you're watching basketball, when you're watching soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, when you're watching wrestling, those cameras do not have autofocus. That is a thankless job, and that is a lot of work, because when they're zooming in, that space on where they focus gets smaller and smaller. So they're pulling focus as they're zooming in and getting that down real quick. That is a skill most people cannot do. So you know what? When you're watching LeBron James put that basketball in the hoop and they do a close-up shot, just know the camera operator is pulling manual focus on that. The camera's not doing the work, because those are ENG cameras, English news gathering cameras. I believe that's what they call them, and those don't do autofocus. Okay, I'm just saying you need to understand what you're talking about before you run your mouth in here, buddy. Because you think you know how to operate a camera better than me, then go make a movie that's better. You can't. Okay, don't sit there and say you can. We'll make the same movie, and the community will vote on what movie's better. You know, they want to run their mouth in here. They want to run their mouth in here. I mean, look, if you make a better movie than me, that's fantastic. Pat on the back. Okay, but you know, you don't have any experience. How could you really make a better movie than me? I mean, really, quite frankly, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. Okay, now they're going to argue about camera equipment here. Guys, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Now they're going to argue about camera equipment in here. Guys, no, it's all manual focus. You don't understand. That's okay. Unless the camera, no. It's all manual focus. You're not, just because it's expensive shit doesn't mean it's auto. It's not. That stuff is not auto. So imagine, oh man. Imagine following a baseball. That is a hard job. That is something that very few people can do. They got to zoom up on the baseball as it's going in the air and keeping it in focus. Yeah, that's not something I would want to do. That is very hard to do. But it's a thankless job. You know, they don't understand it, so they just say, oh, it's a fake job. All you do is point the camera at. No. You don't just do that. Sad. It really is sad. I'm not saying it's impossible. You're putting words in my mouth, buddy. Well, let me call your mother. Is she single? Is she hot? I'll call her on the air. Give me the permission. We'll call her on the air. Oh, now they want to play audio engineer in here as well. I'm done, guys. I'm done. Exactly. Input Funny knows what he's talking about. He listed a camera in here, and you know that's more knowledgeable than half people in here. You know, Input Funny, he knows these cameras. Exactly. I told you, Ryan Curtis knows what he's talking about. I've used the Pro Gear before. It's not auto. It's not auto. You have to manually pull focus with those ENG cameras. Most of the cinema cameras are like that too. The real high-end stuff, that's all manual. They're focus pullers. That's I mean, okay, there's a scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker is out of focus. But that's because they shot it at like 1.4 or some shit. It's really shallow. There's a scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker is out of focus. So the focus puller, it's very hard to do because he's moving. And they got the aperture so fucking... The aperture is so high that it's really hard to get that tack sharp focus at 1.4 or 1.8, 1.2, whatever they were at. Presumably. Okay, so you're not getting it. So just shoot with your iPhone because it'll do all the work for you. You want to start talking about real stuff? You don't know what you're talking about. That's why you don't hire someone that's why you don't hire someone with no experience. If they don't know how to operate the camera, you don't hire them. I don't care if they have a piece of paper that says they're qualified. They have to have experience out there on the field. The hell are you guys smoking, buddy? Ask Input Funny. Exactly. Yeah, they don't get it. I mean, it's just a conversation in here that most people probably don't care about. I don't know. It's fun talking about this stuff, though, because it's just like, well, these are thankless jobs. No one's thanking the camera operator for providing them the entertainment. You know what I mean? No one's ever doing that. It's just a thankless job. People just think it's like robots and shit. It's like, no, like, there's real people behind everything. It's not this soulless corporate thing that everyone seems to think it is. Like, you all got to get out of the basement or something. Like, holy shit. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that if you can't shoot your movie on a phone, then the gear is not the determining factor. If you can't shoot the movie on the phone, then the gear is not the determining factor. Guys, I'm losing light out here. We got to wrap it up. we got all these film experts in here. Obviously, Ryan Curtis has actual experience on film sets, okay? I don't know why these trolls come in here and start trolling. Well, I can shoot a better movie than you, Michael. Great, love to see it. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. Maybe I am.
It's
Maybe I
over.
am doubting you. But do you have experience?
M0, 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 M Super Shattered $5. Michael is trying to save you Zoomers from 100k plus in debt that can't be defaulted on, so I'm grateful. Dropping out was the best thing I ever did.
There's no... You went to film school? There's no way. You went to film school? Huh.
It's over!
Chemist Super Shattered $9.99. I had the opportunity to be on set for one little indie horror film back in '09 when I got out the Marines.
Really?
The hills run red and people have no idea how much goes into
That's what I'm
movies even
saying.
an indie film.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, it's, you know, it's just, yeah, people want to just sit around and judge it, and it's like, well, I mean, a lot of people spend a lot of fucking time making it happen. Maybe it isn't that great, but I mean, fuck. Shouldn't the participation of trying to put something together count for something? You know, people want to judge and say, well, it's like, do you know how to put the camera on the tripod? Because if you don't know how to do that, then I would love to see these guys. Let's make a movie. These experts want to come in here and talk smack. Like, well, I know how to do this. I read this on Wikipedia. Okay, you know how to do it. But now do it in real. Put the camera on the tripod. Can you expose the scene? We're going to go all manual settings. We're going to go all manual settings. Can you expose the scene? Can you pull focus? I'm not saying film school is a total waste, but I think, you know, for entertainment degrees like that or whatever they're called, I mean, I'm assuming you would utilize that time to build connections. In my opinion, I mean, with the rise of like, look, in the '80s or something, I think it would have been a little bit more valuable, because the rise of social media has you know, it's just changed everything. I mean, you can make a living doing what you want to do more efficiently and accessible than ever before, whether it be, you know, making music, art, film, whatever the fuck. You know, but it depends on what you define as success. There's some great creative people that are on TikTok. Some really great stuff. But, I mean, you know, they're pulling in a shit ton of views. Did they go to film school? I doubt it. I mean, I can't speak for them because I don't know. But I'm assuming they didn't because, well, why would they? If you can hone in on your craft and make something that's efficient and resonates with people, okay, you don't need a degree that says you're qualified for it. It'll just work. I'm talking about, no, I'm talking about entertainment jobs. I'm talking about entertainment jobs. You're not getting it. I'm not talking about every job. I'm talking about entertainment jobs, buddy. Now you're just putting words in my mouth, and I've stated that before. Now you're just saying things to say stuff. Where are these mods at? This is why we need mods. We don't want to let these people run their mouth. They got nothing to say. They're flapping gums in here. I'm talking strictly about entertainment jobs. I'm not talking about real jobs, okay? I'm not talking about any of that stuff. I'm talking strictly about entertainment jobs. You're not understanding. It's a pointless conversation. You guys just want to run the mouth in here, write in literally paragraphs I'm reading right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. Guys, I got to wrap this up. The sun's going down. We're losing daylight out here. We've been live for long enough. Barely talked about Ascreed because the conversation in here was just not necessarily, it's not a real job. That's a great take. Oh, now bald lesbian wants to, oh, come on, buddy. I thought you were a troll. Now bald lesbian says it's not a real job? I'm done. Okay, so then go tell that to someone who does that. You want to play keyboard warrior? Okay, go. That's bullshit. How is it not a real job? What does that mean? but you love to consume the media. You love to play consumer, but you don't want to thank anyone for their fucking. Okay, buddy. It's a fake job, but you want to consume it all. That doesn't make any sense. Now you're just trolling. Yeah, when you went to film school, that's what I'm saying. It's a little outdated. Who's shooting on film these days? Literally no one, unless you're fucking Quentin Tarantino or Christopher Nolan. No one's shooting on film anymore. It's too expensive. So if they're still teaching that in film school, I would say, I mean, I don't know if there's. I doubt they're still doing that. I doubt they're still doing that. Bald Lesbian said it was a fake job. Like I said, I mean, that's what Bald Lesbian was saying. He said it wasn't a real job. What does that mean? So holding a camera is not a real job? Then what is it? It's not clown school. I don't know what are these guys fucking smoke? You got to get off the weed. You got to get off the weed. It's rotted your brain. It's not a real job. Let's see you do it. Not a real job. That's like saying wrestling is fake. Let's not get into that conversation. Let's not get into that conversation. You have to do it to have a better understanding of it. Everything's a fake job in here. I don't understand. Radio DJ, that's a fake job. YouTubing, that's a fake job. Content creation in general, that's a fake job. Camera operators, fake job. Audio engineers, fake job. But let's consume all the entertainment and fucking suck it up like consumers that we are. But let's not thank the people that fucking made it happen. Yeah, go fuck yourself with that shit, buddy. Go fuck with that shit. Go fuck off. I'm done with that shit. I don't know. I mean, these people are dumb in here. They're like, oh, I work at the fucking warehouse and I chop trees for a living and I fucking do this like fucking manual labor shit and that's a real fucking job. Not your petty ass shit where you just fucking point a camera at the subject. That's a fake fucking job. The fuck does that mean, dude? Like, I don't know. It's like some political thing. It's like some fucking weird. It's very odd. It's very odd. Because people in here have this weird thing of like, oh, the entertainment industry is like, oh, that's all fake job shit. Get a real job and work a 9 to 5 like me, suffer like me. It's like, no, bitch. You do you and I'll do me. That's how this world works. But if you're going to put someone down because they do something that you can't do, well, I don't know, get better. Get good. That's what they tell me. I can't play Elden Ring like the professional players. Okay, what do they tell me? They tell me to get good. Get good, scrub. I don't know what to tell you. Fake job, by the way. Yeah, there's more respectable jobs, but you can't say it's a fake job just because you don't agree with it. Then stop consuming everything. Or game developers, that's a fake job too? There's more respectable jobs. That's not what I'm saying. You're saying it's a fake job, not a real job, because you don't respect it? Well, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. So game developers, that's a fake job? What is a real job? The fuck? I'm done. I'm done. I mean, if you guys can't even this is a low IQ conversation. I don't even know how you guys.
It's over.
They gotta be trolling in here.
Bald Lesbian super chatted $4.99.
Okay, but entertainment.
Only medical workers, grocery workers, tradesmen, engineers matter, and general laborers matter. Baby, bear, wolf, lightning showers.
You can't be serious right now with this because it's actually pissing me off. So you're saying entertainment in this world doesn't have a place? That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Just because you view it as some petty form of escapism doesn't mean that that's what that is for everyone else. It's a you problem, buddy. It's a you problem. That's bullshit. That's what that is. Exactly. Chem is coming through. Racka started on YouTube. Yeah, they did the McDonald's, Ronald McDonald. Yeah, and now they're with A24. That's what I'm talking about. And they put in a ton of fucking work. Well, their shit was fucking good from the get-go. Like, let me just put it to you that way. I'm not on that level, and I'm not saying that I am. That shit was good. I couldn't make anything like that. They just have a knack for that. That's not. If I could make shit like that good, I'd do it. It's not easy. You'd have to practice and practice and practice. These guys are baiting in here. Exactly, they're baiting. They're saying it's not a real job because them chopping wood is a real job. Them, working at the office is a real job. But, being a creative is a fake job. It's such a terrible conversation because it's fake. I mean, you want to talk about fake, you guys having a fake opinions in here. Yes, there's more respectable jobs, but you're devaluing the entertainment that you consume on a daily basis. How often do you listen to music? Okay, are you thanking the producer, the audio engineer? Are you thanking the thankless people? Those thankless jobs? No, you're not. You're devaluing the entertainment you consume. Oh, they're all fake jobs? Okay, buddy. Why don't you go tell that to someone in real life and see what they say to you? Why don't you go tell that to someone in real life? Go call your local radio station and tell him he has a fake job. Because all he does is adjust favors.
It's over!
I mean, you guys are ridiculous. Get out of the basement or something.
Chemist Super
I've been out of
Chat
the basement way more than you guys.
$4.99. Raka Twins started on YouTube and used that experience to make K24's horror film Talk to Me. Great film. Must watch.
But there's no way you guys are saying that. I'm done. I'm not. You guys are literally baiting at this point. There's no way these are real opinions in here. MO coming through. Who the fuck just came through? Oh, I already read that one. We're a little behind. Guys, we got to wrap this up. There's no daylight out here. There's no daylight out here. Okay, but you guys are saying that they're not real jobs, yet you're consuming all of the entertainment.
It's over!
How often do you listen to music? How often do you play video games? How are they fake jobs?
M0 Super Chatted $5.
Yeah, there's more
Being a
respectable
trucker is
jobs.
one of the most
There's more
thankless
important
jobs.
but
I've
I
learned to appreciate others'
Yeah, the truck
jobs, no
driver,
matter how
blue
low
collar.
it is. McDee's, shelf stocker, media, etc.
Yeah, the truck drivers work hard. They don't even have a life. They're always in their fucking cab. I couldn't imagine doing that. You know, and they're gaslighting you? Well, then that's why where are my mods? I mean, I'm out here. I had to wrap this show up in 5 minutes. I got to wrap this show up in 5 minutes. There's no sunlight left. We have no light. Well, I can't tell if, but I think Bald Lesbian actually believes that. Because he usually doesn't troll. I think Bald Lesbian actually believes that. I think Bald Lesbian actually believes that there's, but you know, you're, what? But chopping trees is real, you know. Okay, buddy. So you're saying entertainment doesn't have a place. That's not true. That's not true. You guys consume 20
It's over!
These people are crazy. They're delusional.
M0 Super Chatted $5. If people aren't dedicating their life to music, movies, etc., what our real job is supposed to do when the job is done? Go home and stare at a wall?
Yeah. Let me see what Bald Lesbian's saying in here. What is Bald Lesbian saying?
It's over!
He's trolling in here. Entertainment isn't necessary?
Ryan
Then what the
Curtis
fuck is
Super
this?
Chatted
Okay,
$4.99.
I'm done reading.
Anyone who calls it a fake job is either talentless at it or lacks the balls to take the chance on
They don't
something that
understand. Yeah, they
requires
don't understand.
stability.
They're literally just trolling in here. I'll always defend it. Because they don't get it. If you haven't done it, you don't necessarily have a better understanding of it. They say they can make better movies than me. They have a better understanding of the camera than me. Let's see that. Let's see that. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. They just want to say it's all a fake job and you just hit record and point the camera at the subject. That's not how that works. Typically. That's not how that works. So they want to put something down they don't understand. Okay. It's ridiculous. You know, but they'll listen to all these classic albums. They won't think the audio engineers. You know what I mean? That's a fake job too. You think the Beatles recorded themselves? They didn't. They had what's his face on board, George Martin or some shit, whatever his name was. Legendary. You know what I mean? He's the one that helped make it come to fruition. The fuck out of here. I can't believe this. Yeah, and then we're trying to put words in here. We're trying to put words in our mouth here. So sad. If this is a real conversation we're having, I'll shut the stream off right now. I'm not going to talk to you guys anymore because you don't respect it. So you devalue the entertainment you consume daily. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. The jobs I'm talking about are the ones you guys are saying are not real. Audio engineer, filmmaking, in general. I don't get it. Camera operator, I don't get it. They call them photog. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense. Okay, but you can't say acting is a fake job either. You can't say, you want to memorize the lines and then do that over and over and over again? Yeah, you're not getting it. You're just armchair backseat. Is Bald Lesbian still acting stupid in here? Of course he would have these contrarian takes. There's more respectable jobs, sure. But to undermine the value that entertainment has for a lot of people, that's childish. That's immaturity. That's what that is. That's what that is. As someone who's done this for a long time and has never made it, you don't understand. Because you haven't done it. You worked at the grocery store. You worked at a factory. You have your own business. Okay, cool. It's a traditional job. Great. But these entertainment jobs have been around for as long as it's been around the industry. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. You're going to call the radio DJ up and say, hey, you got a fake job, bro? Do you think he wants to hear that? He or she? No, you don't. You wouldn't say that, though, because you don't believe that. You're just talking bullshit in here. You're talking bullshit in here. Exactly. No, me and Ryan understand this. Ryan Curtis. You know, you actually can speak to more of, you're actually in it. I'm not in it. Well, you have 4 independent films under your belt. Really? I don't believe it. I'm done with these trolls. We've seen those streams where only you show your fee. Okay. There's people that do way less than that. I walked miles for you guys. I can do those streams. That's your opinion. That's your perspective. Your opinion isn't a fact. Yeah, nothing but clowns in here. They don't understand. They don't get it. That's okay. They don't have to understand it. I'm not trying to convince people that it's a real job. If you want to play ignorant, that's fine with me. But don't sit around and consume and just stop stop listening to music, stop watching movies, television shows. Stop doing it all. Go chop some trees in the woods or something. If you want to devalue the people that make it happen and the work that they put in, and that's your prerogative, I suppose. But I think it's a spit in the face, to be quite frank, to all of the creatives, all of the people in the entertainment industry. So stop consuming it, because you can't respect it. So I guess being a game dev is a fake job too, But you'll gladly consume all of these products, It's mindless. There's no way Bald Lesbian's being legit here. He just wants attention. There's no way Bald Lesbian is being a clown, like a professional clown. Is that a fake job? There's literally clown school. I'm not even trolling. That's actually a thing. Is that a fake job too? What is a fake job? How is being an entertainer a fake job? You have something that other people don't possess. That's a skill. This is a stupid, pointless conversation. Not everyone can entertain. Not everyone can captivate an audience. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, but if you're envious and jealous of something, that's ignorance. Why would I be jealous and ignorant of? There's TikTokers that make 15-second videos and make way more than anyone in here. Okay, I don't care. Why would I be jealous of someone that has a better understanding and more skill in that? You're not understanding. How is any of this a fake job? Not everyone gets... I'm done. I'm going to wrap the show up. We got to wrap it up anyway. I'm losing daylight. So we need more mods. The asylum's loose in here. Okay, but how can you sit there and say
It's over!
it literally just doesn't make sense?
Alistair X super chatted $9.99. I see a little silhouette of a man Scaramouche. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
I have no idea.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frighteningly Galileo. Galileo Figaro, Magnifico.
What is Bald Lesbian saying? What is Bald Lesbian saying? I'm talking about entertainment jobs. Take the stream inside. Well, we could take it in. We can't take it. We have to end the show here. We have to wrap it up in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to set a timer so that we actually do wrap it up, because we are losing daylight and I can barely. It looks like total shit. Look at this camera quality. Actually, it's not bad for a. It's not that bad. We got to wrap this up. Not even 5 minutes. Fuck that. We're losing a ton of daylight out here. We're losing a ton of daylight out here. So we're going to have to wrap this up here within the next couple of minutes. For real this time. Well, I just think it's hypocritical. I mean, if Bald Lesbian feels that way, I mean, you know, that's fair. That's how he feels. But I don't know how you can play consumer and then devalue the people that make it happen, and more importantly, their work and their time. You know, when I say lazy millennial devs, obviously that's just for show. That's not what I really think, because that's obviously not true. You would be ignorant to believe that. Like, the actual devs are lazy. That's very... I sincerely doubt they show up to the studio doing nothing. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but, I mean, come on. Pack it up. I don't know who this Wolf Fortress guy is. You got these fucking trolls in here. This is why I don't like when people gift memberships, because it introduces a lot of fucking fake fans in here that think they have a say because they now have the green badge. Well, you didn't pay for it because someone else fucking did. Because the future shit is trash, so they should take it out. Or at least have the option to turn it off. You can't. Because these people would have never membered up unless, you know, they were gifted the membership. And it's like, well, you know, we had a wholesome membership club, and it's like, well, these people really wanted to support the show. They wanted to come out and, you know, they've been a member for a long time, and now we got a bunch of fake members in here. It's like, well, I have a say mark, I got that green badge, and it's like, well, yeah, you do, but you were gifted it. I mean, it's like, we do appreciate the support, but it's like, I'm not going to take half of these guys seriously because I don't know who the fuck they are. Okay, so yeah, so being a comedian is a fake job. Oh, I'm done. I'm done with this conversation. If that's how you feel, get on the line and let's argue, because this is bullshit. So Robin Williams had a fake job his whole life. George Carlin. Okay, so don't watch a Robin Williams movie anymore. Don't consume George Carlin anymore, because you obviously devalue their work and their time. Fucking idiots in here, dude. I swear, bro. Okay, so you don't understand it. You're ignorant to it. You don't understand it. So you can go up on stage and do better, is what you're saying. It's a fake job, right? So there's no skill or talent required. So just go up on stage and you could be better than Robin Williams. You could be better than fucking George Carlin. Get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm done with these fucking losers in here. These motherfuckers are 450 pounds. They have no future, okay? I'm done. I'm done. It's just getting to a point where it's so fucking dumb in here. Holy shit. You guys actually have dumb takes. Like actual dumb takes. You don't respect any entertainment, yet you consume the shit out of it. Fuck off. Go do your real job, whatever that fucking is. Go do your real job at the factory. You're just mad because you can't find your own carving, so you want to be a slave.
It's over!
Whatever, dude. I'm done. After this, I'm wrapping up. We got to wrap it up.
Alistair X super chatted $19.99.
I don't even
We're
know what
knights
he's
of the
saying.
round table, we dance
we're
when
talking
we're
about
able, we do
lyrics.
routines
I don't know what he's
and
talking
core
about.
scenes with footwork impeccable, we dine well here in Camelot, we eat ham and jam and spam a
I don't know
lot.
what that guy's
Front-facing baby chick, 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 front-facing baby chick,
Exactly. No, I wasn't calling you out. You know, it's just
front-facing baby chick, front-facing baby
imagine getting more.
front-facing baby
Oh,
chick,
yeah. Oh, come on,
front-facing
buddy.
baby
Okay, buddy.
chick, front-facing
Okay,
baby chick, front-facing baby chick, front-facing baby chick.
90s camera quality right now. Yeah, because there's no light. In fact, this is fantastic quality for this webcam. There's no light out here. And that's going to do it, folks. We got to wrap this up. There's no light. I can't just sit out here because there's no fucking light. We've already been live for long enough. Like I said, to recap, Ass Creed comes out very shortly. We will be covering it. Not excited, but nonetheless, we're going to play it so you don't have to. Do not buy it right now. This is the current situation. The game's already discounted. $50. That doesn't scream much confidence. Mobile game literally coming to the iPhone early next year, and in my opinion, the animations are not even up to the par of what they were in Ass Creed Unity nearly a decade ago. So that's the reality of the situation. You guys came through so hard and so strong. We do appreciate that in a way that makes sense. Thank you so much. But with that said, that is going to do it. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And with that said, it's over.